Yeah, let me do tomorrow to make it up in the morning or something. Then we'll be all good.
All right, just drop a text in the school group chat, and you'll be good to go.
Yeah, let me do it right now. All right, sounds good to me.
All right, we will talk, dude. See you later.
All right, see you, man.
Peace. Okay. So we're live on all platforms. Cameras connected for now. We got the water. What kind of deals would you be interested in? Now, my buy box is small, but remember, as a wholesaler, I collect buyers, and through collecting buyers, I mean, we can move almost any type of deal here. So first, I'm going to work with the people I had scheduled, and then we have a really fun itinerary today. I have so much cool stuff to do. I even wrote it down. So we have a negotiation with the seller. I just closed on his house. I didn't buy it. I wholesaled this house $5,000. I got wired $4,000. I was supposed to be wired $5,000. I only got wired $4,000. I'm not sure why, but we just closed on his house. In theory, it was supposed to be a $5K fee. Maybe that went to the TC, but you know what he texts me? He says, "I've got another one for you." So we're gonna call that seller. That's gonna be super exciting. I had a seller yesterday beg me to take over his mortgage, and we didn't get to talk to him. He's like, "Please buy my house and take it over for free. Please, please, please." So we're gonna call that seller. And then hopefully sell it to Jason Ellis because this thing's in Arizona again. We're going to interview Devon. We're going to interview Devin because he just closed a $15,000 deal just now. And when I say closed, guys, I think people use that term lightly or loosely. Closed doesn't mean the seller said yes or the buyer signed the contract or earnest money is in. No. Closed means that you have the money in your bank account and funds have been dispersed. That's what closed means. So we're going to be talking to Devin about how he closed a $15,000 deal, kept 60% of that. That should be around $9,000. And then we're going to find a new commercial deal for that buyer, Harris, who was on the other day. And I don't have anybody to follow up with in terms of my Jacksonville deal. Remember the Jacksonville fix and flip I found yesterday? Yeah, well, is the agent picking up the phone on the second day of listing the house because they're eager to help their seller sell the listing? Of course they aren't picking up the phone and doing their job. What's crazy is that from the jump, they didn't do their job. Like, I get it, 4 months into your listing, not picking up the phone, but dude, you just listed it. Your phone is ringing off the hook with buyers, and you're just AFK. You're just nowhere to be found. I mean, gosh, I guess we'll give him one call, but bro's not going to pick up the phone. Let's be so real. He's not going to pick up the phone, is he? We give him one call. We'll give his broker a call. Hell, Watson Realty Corp, is that open right now? That's 5 p.m. I feel like they're probably not open, are they? Well, we'll just give him one call to follow up here because that's a $10,000 check right there. 85 number is up. Yeah, there's 150 in now. Yes, Omar, I had you scheduled. We'll talk to Patrick, then we'll talk to Omar, and then we'll talk to Devin. Or Devin, do you have to head out, man? Or you got to head out, or you got a little time?
Please leave your message for...
Dude, unbelievable. Crazy work. Okay, Devin, we'll talk really quickly, dude. So what happened, Devin? Did your deal close $15,000 on Harvey? Harvey is the avenue, right?
Yeah, it was that Harvey 5-plex one.
Wow, I thought there was some sort of like issue with it. Was there an issue that we had to overcome?
Bro, there's so many issues. But we ended up slowly but surely like guiding it across the finish line. The title company was actually one of the biggest headaches, but so like they held, even like this last week, they held funds until it got recorded, and the agents like, what the hell are they doing? Like most companies don't do this, but she said that her attorney friend in Cleveland was like, yeah, Lotus Title is one of the worst, and they're out in Florida, but they cover like Tennessee and Ohio and a few other states. So I think that made because it took like almost an extra month, but we guided it across, and there was like a little bit of fluctuation on the commission part, you know, like the assignment fee, but it ended up bouncing back up, which is always nice. So yeah, no, things worked out. It's the grind, and it's like the steady. I say like I'm gonna guide this across the finish line consistently, so it's just making sure that things are buttoned up and staying on top of. It's kind of babysitting adults in all reality. I think you already know that, but
yeah, title companies, lenders, buyers, sellers, all of the above just do everything but what they're supposed to do, and that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. But I'll ask you this: was it worth the $9,000 you got paid out?
Oh, for sure. I just went and picked up this this.
Oh, you got a check?
A4 Quattro 6-speed manual.
You just bought a manual Audi?
Oh yeah, it's in my front. Yeah, I have an old GTI, but I've been looking at. I was gonna get an S4, but I was like, I don't think I want to deal with the V8. So I found a really good deal. It's super clean. So
Hold My Hand Wholesale enabled you to buy an Audi? Oh well, he cut out. I guess that was the.
I just bought. Yeah. It's all paid out. I mean, I bought. It's. I think it's my 5th Audi. I've had like 5 Audis and 11 Volkswagens, and like a couple rent, like a Saab and a few Subi and whatnot. But yeah, this is definitely the cleanest. It's an 08 Quattro 6-speed manual.
Dude, such fun cars, especially now that Audi does not make a single manual in North America, which is absolutely absurd.
Okay.
I'm an Audi man myself.
No, I know you have the S6, RS6.
Yeah, RS6. Yeah.
Avant.
Yes.
Yeah, I've had 2 Avants. No, 1 Avant. I've had 1 Avant, but I've had a few different.
They're good cars. People are asking about the address on this. They want the address. The address is 11 or 11013 11013 Harvey Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, the thing is about Cleveland is that you're not technically allowed to wholesale unless you tell the realtor that you're wholesaling in Cleveland, Ohio. How did you get over that objection?
Well, the nice thing was this was an agent I already worked with, but we just tell them like, hey, is it cool? Is it okay if we wholesale this? And they usually will tell. I have a different approach in how I handle agents usually, especially if I haven't worked with them before. But I'll tell them that we want to buy it for an investment, and then at inspection, if there's more scope that we want to deal with, then we might have our friend buy it from us, and then that's where we'll assign it. And that usually helps kind of like work around. But for the most part, as long as you're upfront and honest and build a relationship and have that rapport with them, they're pretty cool about it. So
this is great. So when you say you'd worked with the agent previously, have you closed with that agent previously?
Yeah, that was the agent that we closed on Henry's 6-2 over off like 82nd, East 82nd.
Harry?
I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, Harry.
Oh, East 82nd, and that was a tiny fee. That was like $3K, right?
Yeah, that was the 3K.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
This was the 5 unit. We got it discounted like 30K, and so then we were able to slap a 15K fee on it. And because the cash on cash was super high, and then 4 out of the 5 units were already occupied, so with the 5th one rented out, it was over 30% cash on cash. So the 15K assignment fee was definitely justified, and it went through.
So when I opened my first big assignment, which my first big assignment was 15, I also did it was in Lakewood, Ohio. I sold a fix and flip to a guy in Lakewood, Ohio, and I got a large package in the mail. It was an large envelope in the mail, like big manila folder size. And I opened it, and my hands were shaking. I was just like absolutely floored. I mean, $9,000 is what somebody receives in 3 months of their job, and you just got it here, and you did it all from home. So what does that feel like? I mean, does it provide proof of concept to you? Does it feel like, wow, I got to do this again? Where's your head at right now with this?
Well, so I worked at Sync Number, and my best month there, I think, was like I did 9,300. So I'm right there at that peak. But that's like, it just shows, I've been doing this. I started in December, and then my birthday was like in January, and then we went out of town in February we went down to like Cali, and then down to Vegas, and then over to Arizona and back. So I really started pressing hard on this like end of February and March. And so from that time frame to now, seeing like that amount of success. And like even before, I think before New Year's, I had 3 or 4 under contract. They were just like in East Cleveland and they're in the hood, so we had to cancel them. But other than that, like I know I have a little bit of an edge because I know my buddies has like he just took over his grandparents' real estate company in Vancouver, and so he's been trying to get me to work with him for like 10 plus years. So I look up a bunch of stuff on real estate, like how zoning is for certain lots and like lot sizes and stuff like that. So I have a bit of a competitive edge on that side. But besides that, like if Anson Lee can do it and he's like 12 and he's in Singapore and he like doesn't even speak English as his first language, it's like anybody can do this. So right now I'm literally building a community. I have like my mom sends me deals to call for. I have like 4 or 5 friends that I'm working with. Me and my buddy are actually, I think we're going to buy this triplex in Detroit and then go like rent that out and then try to do like a burr method on it potentially. So it's crazy how the snowball effect is so real. Like the momentum pickup is heavy. Yes. And I would say this, you know, when you're doing on-market real estate, guys, what starts to happen is that agents start to know that you can close and they start to call you. So this agent now has closed 2 deals with you. That will yield 2 deals a year for all time. Do another deal with another agent that will yield another 2 deals a year for all time. They just, because they keep getting listings, that's their livelihood. Their livelihood is to get listings and sell those listings. And you are one of their outlets to get their listing sold. Harris, yeah, yes. No, she's trying to have me help her sell a 4-unit portfolio of single family houses in Jackson, Mississippi. And then she has like another 3 to 4 properties in Cleveland. She's trying to have me look for buyers for. So I mean, I'm going through the numbers right now and seeing what discounts we can get, and then I'll send them over to you guys. Yeah, let me know. Hop on stage anytime, dude. This is really awesome. Congratulations on this. I think the last thing we'll ask you here is about the numbers here. Where did you find this lead? Where was it? It was technically agent referral. So it was I think initially it was off market and then it went on market, and then it was she said it was under contract 2 other times. So she's like, I really just want this ish to close. So I just buckled down on it, and it was at 250. We got it down to 220, and then there was a $15K fee. And I think like how the numbers worked out, it was about $4,000 a month, like $4,100 on the rent. And then PITI was around like $1,500 to $1,700. So the cash on cash was just crazy. And so, dude, you know, with all these lender issues that we run into, the buyer wired in the entire deal in cash. He didn't use a lender. Oh yeah, I think we had a different buyer initially, and then Quaid or Joseph ended up finding this buyer that wanted to go cash. It might have been the same buyer that just switched to cash, but. So I heard he switched, but I don't really know. My team handled the Gold Key handled all of the closing. How were they, by the way? On top of their stuff or needs work? They were pretty on top of it. I think the issues that we ran into, I don't feel were really Gold Keys. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Gold Key transaction. Gold TTC, yeah. Yeah. So they were pretty solid. I don't think there was any issues with them. A lot of it ended up being the title company. So. And that's like, I think people underestimate how much that plays a factor, because, you know, there's people that can close title in like a week or 2, and the other ones, you know, take a month plus, and they prolong the process for whatever reason. So those nuanced things, like having a good title company, is heavily beneficial. Yeah, absolutely, dude. I was really happy that Gold Q was able to be on top of it. Now, guys, let's run numbers here. Let's run numbers. We've always mentioned that buying in cash has never really made sense unless you're flipping the house. But even then, it still doesn't make sense. But the buyer did. And why did they do that? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. We will run numbers, assuming a cash purchase, just so that you guys can understand really basic. Well, Richard, I mean, in all reality, so I was talking to my friend about it, because like same thing with your lenders. If they were going to buy a property and if they have $12 million to lock up, they're like, I just need to get this money locked up so that way it doesn't get capital gains taxed. So at that point, it's just, hey, I need to get this cash out of my bank account so it's not getting taxed. And I think that's the most logical reason, especially like the guy who sold his business for 9 figures. It's like he has at least 100 mil. He just needs that shit locked up. And so that's why, like, when your shit closes and you have that extra money, it's like my buddy said, don't you want to give that back to the lender? And he's like no, that's he gets taxed on that then. He's like, keep that, save that. It's literally legal money laundering. So, just go put the money somewhere so that way it can't be touched by the IRS. And in all reality, it's just like lock it up in real estate.
TikTok wants me to say to verify me. Quick one. What time is it where you're at? TikTok, why do you want me to say that? Is that a new verification? It's like a new form of CAPTCHA to okay, well I said it, TikTok. Don't restrict my live stream. Okay, but here's my thought process. I get it, you need to spend the cash, but consider this. $200,000 is a down payment for $1 million asset. $1 million asset. So you could control upwards of 4 times the real estate by not using all of your cash on one purchase, and your money would go further. I mean, it would generate a higher return for you. So I get it, you got to spend the money, but I think what it is sometimes people have so much money, so much liquidity. It's just like, yeah, sure, I could get a loan, but I don't really want to jump through those hoops. I'll just buy this in cash.
Well, but like, what if you have $100 million? Like, you have to just spend it. If you have 100 mil, like, you have like, that's too many properties to lock up in a whole year. Like, just spend all this money as fast as possible.
It is a lot. It is a lot. Remember though, only 20% capital gains tax, and then you can do write-offs as well. So it's not like it's not like they're going to take the entire amount of money, but they are going to take 20% of it. Anyways, let's underwrite this as a cash deal. What was it bringing in?
805, 858.
Whoa.
910.
What's the total on that?
One was vacant. I don't have. Let me see. I don't have it out on me.
So maybe it brings in like maybe like $4,800 a month at full occupancy. We'll assume full occupancy, guys. We're just gonna underwrite this in cash, and then we'll help other people.
I think like 4228 roughly is what we estimated.
Now that's with one vacant unit, or is that with all occupied?
That's with all occupied.
Okay, so guys, we're gonna take 20% off the top because it's not fully occupied. That's to account for vacancy as well. We're not subtracting PITI, we're subtracting TNI. Now taxes on prop stream are saying $3,000, but it got reassessed for the higher purchase. So I would imagine that they're closer to $4,000. So monthly, that's going to cost you about $333. And this is a 5 unit. So I'm subtracting $333. And because it's a 5 unit, the insurance is going to be more expensive. I'm thinking closer to $200 per month. So they're making $2,894 per month on this deal, which seems to be like a really good figure. But when you multiply that by 12, $34,192, and you divide that by the total cost of buying, that's going to be $235 plus about $8K for maybe $7K for closing costs, because there's no lender. Without a lender, your closing costs are substantially cheaper. So $235 plus 7 is $242. So $242 is their entire acquisition price. And their cash on cash return was 14%, which beats the stock market. And I get it. But what would that return be with a lender? 25%.
Way higher.
Yeah, like 25%, guys. So it's fine. And you know what? Sure. 14% ROI. Okay. All right. It beats the stock market. Hopefully he's got good management in place and he doesn't have to do any work on it. But I get it. At the same time, I wouldn't make that decision, but at the same time, I don't have $100 million liquid. Right. So it might just be a different mindset. Anyways, dude, thank you so much for sharing. If there was one piece of advice you were to give other people listening to this, as somebody who's been through it and completed multiple deals, what would you say?
Don't give up. You have to get insane. And I just told myself, like, I've tried enough things and I wanted to do real estate for long enough that I wasn't going to accept any failure. So I just failed my way into success. And I think that's the biggest thing. Besides that, just consistent follow-up, and don't be afraid to be firm on being low on numbers, because I think this was one of the best things that I saw. A lady said nothing under 115, and I was like, not even 105 to 110, and she's like, okay, get me an offer for 105. I'm like, you said nothing under 115. Now you just kind of look dumb. I was like, I see why it hasn't sold. And then I reached out like a month later and it was at 90K, and they're like, oh, well, we might take 80K. And I'm like, wow, I'm really happy that I didn't buy at your initial firm line. So just understand, like, a lot of realtors are liars, and don't be afraid to be firm. And in worst case, if it sells, there'll be more deals. So just have that mindset. It's a numbers game for real.
Dude, love it. Thanks so much for sharing your story here. I appreciate it. And
hey, you know what? I really appreciate you and all the information you give, because like $20 for all of this is pretty outrageous. Even like with all the information I've known, you've opened up the doors, and like the people that I talk to, they're literally like, they don't think that what you do is possible. And then I'm like, this is a consistent thing that a lot of people do. We just do it differently. And I think so. I really appreciate your community and how much you help others. So keep crushing it, bro.
Thanks so much, dude. I really appreciate the kind words. We'll talk, okay?
Of course, man.
All right. So that was one of our paid actors. He's been with the acting company for about 4 years, rising star. Hoping to land his first Broadway show this next upcoming year. But let's just give a big round of applause for Devin, the actor. Very good job. Okay. All right. So let's talk to the people we were going to bring up yesterday. Omar first. Omar, what's going on, dog?
Hey, Richard. So I checked right now, and the realtor just removed his listing. So I'm not sure if the motivation is still there or not, but he did explain it in the wrong way to the seller, and he just emailed me like 5 minutes ago telling me that the seller said no. So I'm not sure if you're still open to calling him. But
I'm always going to call. So what's going on? Is this? I don't remember this. I don't remember the deal. Can you remind me what we were talking about?
Yeah, it's a duplex in North Carolina. I DM'd you.
King Charles.
But yeah, he just removed his listing. So I'm gonna send you the realtor listing. Let me read this.
Was this King Charles?
Yes, sir.
Okay, King Charles. That's the address. And North Carolina listing is removed. So seller probably said that they don't want to do the deal anymore or any deal anymore. Okay. Exactly. I don't. Did I speak to the realtor previously?
No, you told me that you're gonna call him today, but he just removed it. So I would completely understand if you don't.
No,
you don't like to.
No, I will do what I said I would do. What's the realtor's name and phone number? Can you DM it to me? Or you probably already did, didn't you?
No. Let me just check really quick.
Yeah, Pinehurst and Auburn. Your seller's like, we're supposed to close tomorrow, and I'm like, bro, the SCR loans don't fund that quickly. You know, we're not gonna be able to close tomorrow. So hopefully he doesn't throw a fit. But EMD is in, and we're on track. But I don't think we can close tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully we can get this one.
Rich has a video. Explain.
I just sent it to you, Richard.
Wait, Rich, what is this? Rich has a video where I explain how I lost my job making $4K a month and now I'm making $10K a month with wholesaling. Great. Oh, Daniel Barad. I know who you are. Yes, good job. Murph's Free Borough, Tennessee is calling me. I don't want to take that. I'll text them though. Hello, I don't have this number saved. How can I help? Is this Richard Taylor? Ooh. Okay. Rich, his name is Rich Funderburk.
Yes, sir.
And it's not Rich short for Richard. It's RITCH. Rich Funderburk. All right, dog. Let's let it rip. I don't know about the offer that we were going to do. The phone is ringing. Hey, Rich, it's Richard. We had spoke earlier about the North King Charles Road, but I saw the listing went down. Is seller no longer interested in selling?
He has to do some repairs on the unit, so it's off the market for a couple weeks.
Oh, okay. So I should probably hit you back then.
Yeah.
Now, was the seller? Do you remember the offer that we had made you on this? It was the seller financing one.
Say that again.
Do you remember the offer that we had made you on this? It was the seller financing one.
No, he won't do that.
Okay. No worries. Best of luck on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was quick. Anyways, Omar does have $10,000 in closing right now from Egypt. Oh no, Instagram lost sound. Restart. We're gonna restart this. Instagram, of course, Instagram lost sound. That's all Instagram ever does, lose sound. Hopefully the audio is back. Instagram. I don't know why the hell that happens every day, but it does. I wish it didn't happen like that. Is this stream more about seller financing? No, not necessarily. It's about all of the above, whatever buyers are buying and whatever we can contract. You have a tool belt. You have a tool belt in wholesaling. Do you understand what I mean by a tool belt? Your tool belt are the tools that you can use to solve problems for sellers. Ultimately, you are solving problems for sellers, and your tool belt are the different resources that you can use to solve the problem. So let's run through a couple of situations. The house is destroyed. The house is destroyed. What tool on your tool belt are you going to use to solve the destroyed house problem? Well, really only one, and it's your most basic, the cash offer. Your cash offer is a tool, an offer that you can deploy to a seller to help solve their problem. What is the tool that you can use if the seller has a property that doesn't cash flow? Super negative cash flow, doesn't make any money whatsoever. How can you solve that problem for the seller? Well, you can use seller finance as your tool. Let's say the house is low equity. They have a mortgage on it that is well above what the market can pay for the property, so that you can't make a cash offer. You can't make a seller finance offer. What are you going to do? Well, you could use your mortgage takeover or subject to tool. It also gets more advanced. Let's say a seller is willing to seller finance, but they want to have a 20% down payment. What do you do there? Well, you can go ahead and offer a 20% down payment if they're willing to hold their note in second position. The equity carry method, some people call it the Morby method, a ton of different creative strategies or tools that you can use to solve a seller's problem. So do you actually buy the property? I own 28 doors. 6 of those are fix and flips. 23 of them are long-term rentals. But I will say I don't buy the vast majority of deals that I do. Right? I don't buy the vast majority of deals that I do. I'm open to selling any unique. Well, I sent you a message about my home. I'm interested in selling. Well, can you tell me where your house is? What city it's in? That'll help. It'll really help if you can drop the address. I understand if you can't, but it would really help if you could. So, we'll speak to Patrick. Patrick was next. Patrick, how you doing today?
Oh my God, I'm good. So, Rich, I got a guy that's trying to give me his house right now. That's what I was talking to when you were trying to pull me up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's in your DM. His name's Jared. He's
He
actually going to watch the new Spider-Man movie, so we have until 6:00.
That's a good excuse. He wants to give me the house. He wants to do the free house thing.
Yeah, he'll explain it better than I can.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about. So he wants us to take over his debt in Augusta, Georgia. You know, I like the Augusta market, nice historic market.
Exactly.
So I like that market. It's desirable. It's a desirable place to live. It's got a pool too. Ooh, nice. And are you speaking to? Oh, you're speaking to the owner. So he wants to do
The owner.
He wants to do a mortgage takeover for $0 down.
Yes.
Dude, that's what I'm talking about.
So basically, his wife, it's a divorce thing. He wants the payments to go. I told him we possibly could just make all the payments to his wife for the alimony.
But remember,
So I told him
we're not paying him or his wife. We're paying the mortgage company directly.
Okay, true. So yeah, call him. This is why I was telling him you would be better to help him figure out the best way to get rid of it.
Okay. Yeah. I own mortgage takeovers in Georgia. I've got 2 in Georgia right now, and the sellers would talk to him and say, hey, I did this. This is a great fit for me. You should do it too. So yes, I will hop on the phone with him. Now, I just posted a video saying that, guys, have you seen my most recent video? My most recent video is a homeowner begging me to take over his ownership of his house for free, for $0 down. We're going to do it again right now. And then I've also got another lead that we're going to do this on later. I run into this all the time. They want us to take over the debt for $0 down. Now, here's the thing. If he has some sort of divorce stipulation where he owes his wife some money from the sale, there's no money from the sale. You know, there's no money from the sale. This guy owes $246. He's asking $250. Ain't no money. Ain't no payments. Nothing. None of that. That's not a factor here. So that's something I'll definitely let you know about. You want me to shoot him a call?
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's give him a call. Let's see if bro's head is where we think it is. Now, I mean, it should be if his debt is accurate. Did he share his debt with you?
Oh yeah, he shared his debt. But I think the leverage is his hate for his ex-wife. So
Leverage is his hate for his ex-wife. Goddamn, what did he or she do?
I didn't get in depth. I just been through a divorce, so we kind of meshed on that, and then.
Well, you gotta get in the weeds to build that rapport. People be busy.
Exactly.
You gotta get on his side about whatever he's saying. I mean, assuming it's reasonable. Okay. Okay. So my editor's blowing me up. I gotta ask him about this really quick. This will only take 30 seconds though. I deleted TikTok on my phone, so I can't see how my video is performing, but he's like 20 comments in 10 minutes. Hold up. Holy shit. Yo, what I can't see the video. What's going on?
Nothing. It's just I posted like 13 minutes ago, and it's got 80 likes and 21 comments and only 3,000 views.
And they're not bot comments?
No, it's like all real people. It's like all followers.
Okay, huge. Is it performing on TikTok?
Let me check.
I'm curious about my video. How's my video doing?
Yours is doing really well. It's at 11K on Instagram. That's viral. It's at 20K on Instagram. That's gonna be viral on TikTok.
11K on Instagram, but also 20K on Instagram?
Oh no, sorry, 11K on TikTok and then 20K on Instagram.
Okay. All right. Huge. Well, I'm about to jump on a call with a guy who's about to give me his house for free.
That's sick. Awesome.
All right. We'll talk. Thank you. See ya.
Yep.
All right. Calling right now. And does he know you as Patrick?
Yes, Rich.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's get it. Oh, this guy's from Seattle. Cool. Oh, what's his name?
Jared.
Hey, Jared, you were speaking to Patrick. He's my business partner. He was talking to you about the Augusta property, that single family you got.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm doing pretty well. He told me to give you a call. Is now a good time? I know it's a little bit late over there. I'm on the West Coast.
No, you're all right.
Perfect. Okay. Well, I've got 2 properties in Georgia, and I'm looking for a third one, and I'm hoping this can be the property, assuming it's in decent shape. What's going on with it? What's the situation here?
Well, the thing is it doesn't have a driveway, so nobody wants to buy it.
Okay. How do you get into the house? You just kind of drive up on the grass?
On street parking, and you walk up the stairs.
Oh, that's not that bad. You know, my game
I did
plan
it for over 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, I probably just would resell this to somebody else on seller financing terms if we're taking over the mortgage on this one. Patrick told me that the mortgage was right next to the asking price. Is that true?
Fairly close. I have a little bit of wiggle room. Honestly, I'm willing to go under my mortgage. The biggest thing is I know you guys really want to do mortgage takeovers or seller finance or this or that. I don't care about making the money. The only thing I want to do is either do a traditional finance or a straight up cash offer. You take it. It's now not my problem because I have another property I need to transition over to a VA loan as soon as possible and get away from my ex-wife who's currently on the mortgage.
I see. Okay.
The bright side is I can tell you exactly how that property can make stupid amounts of money. And if it were mine to keep, I'd totally do it, but it's not. And I don't care.
Oh, really? What would you do with it?
Masters.
Oh, there's a golf tournament over there.
Oh yes, the biggest golf tournament.
So you guys do you would do Airbnb if you had it your way.
So Airbnb is great, but there are companies in Augusta that you can rent houses out with that they will find specific clientele to rent them for they take them 2 weeks to a month for $50K or more.
Oh wow.
The thing is that those properties have to look nice, be in good shape, all furnished, and they have to be something that is interesting to them. So This one, obviously, no driveway, but you do, the company schedules to where it's pick up, drop off. It has a pool in the backyard that you refinish. You get everything nice and pretty for it, and it pays for itself in a couple of years. That was the goal. And then I got divorced, and now I say, yep, no longer the goal, just go away.
Okay. So you're willing to sell it at kind of a break-even point, but you don't exactly want to be tied to the mortgage because there's just headache there with ex-wife, and you don't really want to deal with her.
Correct.
My typical game plan on these properties is to Well, I'll rent them out if I can, but the issue with the rental on this, not the master's rental, but a typical rental is looking like rent is about $1,800 per month. Mortgage is about $1,800 per month. So I'm running. I do have to figure out something creative to do. What I was going to do is I was going to take over your mortgage that's in place, and then I was going to wrap a higher amount around it using seller financing to an end buyer. So my game plan when I can't cash flow in a rental is, okay, well, I got this house for $0 down. What I could do is if you have a 6 or a 7% interest rate, I could charge somebody else a 9 or a 10% interest rate, and I just have them get into the deal with no down payment, and they're willing to do 9 or 10% because they don't have to put down a down payment. And that's how I get my cash flow. So I don't know very much about the golf strategy here, but I don't think you have to spend any money to sell the property. I think if you were open to it, which I do, it does seem like you're kind of reserved about that. But if you were open to it, I would say we'll pay all of the closing costs and we'll take over the debt as it stands, and you won't have to bring a dime to the closing table. But I am kind of inclined to keep the debt in place, you know?
I understand that. I don't think and I understand why you want to do the current financing based on owner, because let's face it, it's not great out there right now
It's
for
rough.
trying to do anything. Yeah, I know it.
And my rate is higher because I'm an investor. So you get a good homeowner rate. I'm looking at 7.5% as an investor.
Mine's a variable, and I don't know what it's at right now.
Oh, it's variable. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess
I'm pretty sure.
Patrick just told me to give you a call and kind of run over these numbers because I'm the one who owns these properties in Georgia.
Let me see if I can.
You know, if it were something that ended up making sense in a period of time, we'd still be here. So you could call us back in a couple months, 3 months. But I would imagine that you can find that retail buyer here who's interested in doing that strategy or potentially living in the property. But that would kind of be my game plan and my offer on this one, just to take over the debt as it stands. Pay
Absolutely.
Costs.
That makes sense. I totally get it.
So you want to hold out a little longer and see if you can find the conventional buyer, and then if that doesn't work out, perhaps we can revisit this in a couple months.
Well, and the ex-wife currently is having some issues, apparently just getting her funds paid for. She's apparently running out of money, so she's thinking if we can't rent this thing, I'm letting her chase down renting. I don't want to rent. But if she wants to try and chase down renting, more power to her. If she can't figure it out, it's looking like she might just give it to me.
And then you're in a bit of a different
exactly.
Okay, so we got a little bit of waiting to do to kind of figure out what the
we got a little bit of waiting to do to figure out what's going to happen. She really wants to try this whole renting thing, and I'm like, look, do whatever. If you want to try that, fine, do whatever, as long as I don't have to deal with it.
Okay. Well, I tell you what,
but I think it's going to fail, and then she's going to be,
When should Patrick revisit this? When should we give you a call back? Month?
Probably 2-3 months.
2-3 months.
To be quite honest.
Okay.
Because I'm going to give it 3 months for it to fail. And after that, I'm going to be like, we're done.
Okay.
If it rents, fantastic. It pays for part of my mortgage. I'm a happy camper. When it doesn't, I'm going to be like, yeah, no, we're not going to just continue doing this for,
100%.
no reason. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
so that is where I am at.
It's been a pleasure speaking to you. I got a couple other sellers to call today in the area. But yeah, we'll
Absolutely.
make a note
I totally get it.
And have them give you a call back in a couple months.
Sounds fantastic, man. And you have a good day.
Absolutely. You as well. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye.
Okay. Well, it doesn't sound like he's quite ready because of some nuances with his wedding, but he's at the point mentally where he doesn't need to make any money. In fact, he said he's willing to sell below his mortgage, which means he's willing to bring money to the closing table. So, he's in the position. We just need to wait until the ex-wife situation is sorted out,
Okay. And 2 other things. I did get North Lawn under you remember we had it at 55. I got it for 49. I sent that over to Mary. And then Coolinwood, Joseph.
Oh, I don't think that they're interested in that one.
Okay. So I can have it there. And then I had one in your inbox for you, fix and flip on North Lawn, actually, with an appraisal of 140 already, and I got it for 70.
Is this
75?
Is this a multifamily?
Yes, it is.
Good. Good. Okay, you got it for 75. Well, let's figure out what we need to put into the property. The rehab doesn't look extensive. Can I share my screen on this and run through it really quickly?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So rehab doesn't look that bad, guys. Is it a 6.2 or a 5.2?
It's a 5.2, and the basement's not finished, so we can account for 300 square feet. I think you said.
Well, I'm not gonna
2,400.
I'm not gonna finish a basement on a multifamily.
Okay.
I'll finish a basement on a single family, but multifamily, yeah, I don't really care. So okay, let's run through rehab. I'm gonna need some woodwork on the outside, kind of right around here, the gutters and the fascia. And then how old is the roof?
It needs a new roof.
Okay, needs a new roof and some woodwork on the exterior. So the woodwork on the exterior, we'll run it at 4K. That's also going to cover any landscaping and junk removal that we have to do. Do you know if there's like a shed in the back or anything we got to get rid of?
I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
I sent all the pictures and videos in your inbox as well. The drive, Google Drive.
Those are vinyl windows, I think. Yeah, that's a vinyl window. Doesn't look to be that bad either. Yeah, interior's light, man. We got a light interior rehab here. Not bad. It's going to be a little tight because I exit these for a fixed amount, and that fixed amount is going to be about 150, 155. And that's just because of cash on cash return. So we'll say 150 because it's not a 6.2, it's a 5.2. But I think we're close here. So we'll see. We'll see. The minimum I'll do a flip like this for is $35,000. So we'll see if I can make 35K on this. I think just on the exterior, we're probably looking at 15,000. That's 11 for the roof, 4 for the exterior cleanup, like mowing the lawn, fixing that wood, fixing the gutters if I need to, whatever else that we may find. So 15 on the exterior. We now have to, well, windows are a question. Windows are a question. And in fact, I think I've looked at this deal before. But I think we probably need a number of new windows. Maybe not all new windows, but probably a number of new windows. It would be helpful if you knew from the agent when those windows were done. Windows are a big expense because some of them look good. Like that one looks good, but I'll say 5K for new windows. We'll say 5K for new windows. I don't know if that needs to happen though. You'd have to ask the agents. Windows are surprisingly a big expense. And then going through the rest of the house, refinish floors, throw on some paint. This can be saved. So refinishing the floors, maybe 3,000. Throwing on some paint, maybe like, I bet they do it for $2,000. It's pretty cheap. Maybe we lay down new LVP. That's another $2,500. And then what do we have to do in the bathroom and kitchen? So we've put down LVP in the kitchen. We've painted in the kitchen. Looks like we might need a new cabinet in there. We've painted, we refinished floors. Now we just have bathroom and mechanicals. Do we know anything about the mechanicals? Probably.
The mechanicals are good.
It's
really no. I think he said 4 to 5 years. So
that one's rusting pretty bad, and then I don't even see the furnace. Oh, there's the furnace. Yeah, it doesn't. It looks like some things are not hooked up. I think we need new mechanicals. That's an older furnace. Do we have a picture of it? Oh, there's the furnace. Yeah, it's rusting, man. It's rusting. The buyers will ask me to fix that. Okay, so mechanicals run me about like maybe 7K with labor. 7,000 for new furnace and new water heater plus labor. Then we need to do the bathrooms. Let's check the bathrooms. Looking at the bathrooms, we're going to run into, what are we going to run into? Here are the bathrooms. Yeah, so some drywall work, and we kind of got to redo that. That's pretty rough. Maybe some of this can be salvaged, but that doesn't look great. I think we got to redo both bathrooms. So yeah, with just yeah, I'm gonna throw in another maybe 3K per bathroom, call it 6,000, and then there's always miscellaneous, which we find later in the job, which will probably be another 5,000, which is just random shit that pops up. So I think I could get this really nice for my buyers for 45K. If I bought it for 80K, giving you a 5K fee, I'm in it for 10,000 with closing costs. Then I put in my 45,000. I'm in it for 135. I'm selling this for 150. If I have to do any concessions whatsoever, I make less than 15K on the job. It's kind of where my head's at on this. I'll do a job if I can make $35,000.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I would say that the price to get this at for me, well, if I'm making 15 and I'm buying it well, that was 80. If I'm making 15 at 80 and I need to add another 20 to that, my buy price is 60, which means your lockup price would be anything below 60. So if you could lock this up for 55, I'd love to buy it for 58. And that's what I bought my last duplex, one of my last duplexes for, Sanford Street right here. Sanford is a similar rehab. I bought it for 57. I'm currently in the deal for about 100, and I'm looking to sell it for 137.5.
So what about North Lawn? It's 49 and less. I think it's way less rehab.
North Lawn? This one?
Yeah. No, the other North Lawn.
Oh,
Got
what?
2 on North Lawn.
Oh, what?
You seen your inbox. Remember it was 55. You said get it for like 48, 49.
Is it a single family or a multi?
I think it's single family.
I'm gonna wait for my single family to sell, and if it sells well, I'll open up the floodgates. I don't know how my single family is gonna sell.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will. I mean, yeah. I would blast it to the buyers that are buying there if it's truly a good fix and flip. Send it to my team, post it on Facebook. Those 3 avenues: Facebook, my team, and then blasting to, not just posting on BuyBox, because not very many people scroll on BuyBox. Blasting it is how you're able to that's how you're able to get these things sold. Anyways, I got to make a couple calls here. Dude, I'm not going to trust AI to run my rehab numbers when my contractor is giving them to me on a weekly basis. You know, because my contractor is ultimately who it's up to. You know, those are general rehab numbers, but I'm just basing it off of, hey, we just flipped this house on Merlin Street, and when I was doing Merlin, my rehab cost me X amount, and maybe for the mechanicals it was this much. But let me call Joseph about that deal, Mount Clemens, Michigan deal. The seller wanted slightly more money. Let me see what we can do. I already talked to them about that, but I can mention it, Shora. You can use PropStream to find comps in Texas. Yes, it's non-disclosure. Okay, no response. Calling about your client who wanted to sell in Mount Clemens. And then I can bug Quaid about the appraisal, Garen. Let me ask him what the lender said, because I hit him up about that yesterday. Let's find out.
Hey, Richard.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
Doing really good. Or doing very well. So for the Joanne Street, what do you think is going to happen with the appraisal?
I had Elijah wrote that earlier. Let me check with them what they heard.
Okay, and then also following up about inspection on Merlin, which is my duplex.
That was completed last week on Friday, I believe.
Yeah, your contractor walked in and said the deal was good. Is that everything we needed?
I believe so.
Okay. So we're just moving to close right now?
Yep.
All right, all good on that then. I've got another duplex on Sanford. That should be ready to walk on Friday.
It's not like you sent that already, right?
Yeah, we got it inspected prior to sending it to you guys because we just wanted to know everything that was going on. And there was some water intrusion. We fixed the water intrusion. And then there was one other issue that we had to fix. So now I just wanted to avoid what happened on Merlin. I'm sure there will be some things. And I know that one thing about it is that the roof is about 10 years old out of a 30-year roof. And there's some shingles that are missing, but the roof is still good. It's not leaking. It's got texture on it. It's fine. However, every single roof repair person that we called to go up there and fix the loose shingles, They said it's too steep just to fix the shingles. If I'm going up there, I want to do the full job so I can make more. I.e., they weren't willing to do a $200 job on a steep roof. They only wanted to do a $10K job on a steep roof, but it doesn't need a new roof. So what I'm going to do is I'll build in a 5% concession.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll give you guys 5% back. Price.
Is going to be the issue with like appraisal or anything?
No. Price is low, 137.5.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if anything else does come up, I will fix it.
Okay. What was you said Sanford, SANFORD?
Yes, 11461 SANFORD, Detroit. Should rent
11461?
Yeah, should rent for $1,150, $1,200 per side. And I'm gonna call Chris, my contractor, right now and see when he's available for a walkthrough. But previously, he told me Friday of this week.
Okay. All right, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, the roof looks decent, but I do obviously see the obviously some of them need to be.
Yeah, the shingles are like there's like 5 or 6 shingles that are not in place, but I will do 5% off of the 137.5. So that's like $7,000 to you guys to fix that or anything else. But I also if there are stuff that needs to be fixed, I'll do that too.
Okay, perfect. That works. I'm not seeing this in Slack. I'm trying to find out where this was posted or something. Or just text or just trying to make sure stuff doesn't get missed. Let's not see this. I'll just paste it in the group. You're selling for what?
137.5.
5, it's a duplex, and what was the bed bath on each side?
4 beds, 2 baths, 2 bed, 1 bath each side.
There's 4 beds on one side.
No. I'm sorry. It's a 4-2 total. It's 2-1 on each side.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, got it. Perfect. Work on that. Let me find out later with the appraisal and Merlin's moving forward. Let me just bump the teams to make sure everything's good there. And is there anything else?
Yeah, Joanne lender appraisal.
Is that what I just mentioned?
Probably you probably said it. I was responding to a comment.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, no. Calling the lender for the appraisal on the one we just talked about, Joanne, and then I'll get the team. I just push the team on Sanford and bump them to make sure that's moving along as well.
Okay. I think Yusuf is typing out a question about Peyton and Buckingham. He's asking about EMD in on Peyton and Buckingham.
Yeah. Zach, the buyer that we just had for it just backed out of painting. I'm trying to figure out why, and then I already have the team trying to get another person to step in on it.
All right. Well, Yusuf heard that, so he knows what's up. But we just closed on Harvey. Harvey, that's good. So Harvey's closed. That's good.
Yep. No, Harvey's done and over.
Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. Well, we'll talk.
Okay. Awesome. We'll do. I'll catch you later.
All right. Say bye. First bathroom break of the day. I'll be right back. Give me like 45 seconds or less. I'll be right. If Joanne Street closes, I'm gonna throw a party, dude. I hope Joanne Street closes, bro. I'm so numb to real estate closing bullshit at this point. I'm just like, stack another one in the pipeline to make up for shit falling through the cracks, because just we're at the lender's mercy, the seller's mercy, the buyer's mercy, the title company's mercy, and all 4 of these people could do some stupid shit that could completely destroy your deal. And if you're willing to accept that, this is the business for you. And the way that I deal with that is that I have 5 or 6 deals in closing at any time, and I try to add another one onto the back end and another one onto the back end, and it's like one falls through. Like, for example, the deal I was working with in Dayton, Ohio. Okay, well, taxes and insurance and management kind of killed it today. And I'm like, oh, well, I'll find another one. And you guys are going to see me find another one today. I still have that one in Jacksonville in play. The one in Jacksonville from yesterday, $10,000, that's in play. We just need to get the realtor to pick up the damn phone. Do you ever have fear of missing out if you don't look for deals daily? It's not fear of missing out, so to speak, because there's so many deals on Zillow and they pop up randomly. It's more so I didn't do my job today. I didn't do my job. So it's like I feel motivated intrinsically, internally to show up to work every single day because I'm like, we're going to just build something amazing here. We already have, but we're going to keep growing. And maybe one day we'll throw our own events, et cetera, et cetera. And I feel like if I miss my live stream, I'm not doing what I was trained to do, which is to show up every single day and to put my best foot forward. So I'll be right back. Quick bathroom break, 45 seconds. Just give me 1 sec. All right, we're back. Let's keep going. So next, I'm going to call a seller. So watch me get another mortgage takeover from a seller whose deal I just closed. So we've been talking about Covert Avenue for some time. That's the mortgage takeover that I did for $5,000. I got paid out today. But I only got $4,000. I don't know why it's only 4K. I should have gotten more, but I'm not going to put up a fuss. It is what it is. But here it is. Check it out, guys. This just came in moments ago. Like within the past hour, $4,000 wired to my account. Check it out. Back to fake business. Now, how did I fake this? Because this has the property address on it. How do I do that? Because this is my bank account and you can literally see the wire. Like, is this a fake AI bank program I built? Because that is very impressive. You imagine this. You open an app called Chase. So you click on an app called Chase. The fake app opens and it functions exactly as Chase Bank would, except it's fake. And it has the name of the title company and it has the address on it. That is impressive. I am a master coder. That's like beyond AI coding. That's master coder, right? And now what we're going to do is we're going to call the fake seller. So not only do I have a fake Chase Bank application, I have fake sellers who I pay to fake negotiations and decline my offers. Because we just had a seller decline my offer. Now that paid actor has a specific role. His specific role is to decline my offers. Now this paid actor, we don't know what his role is yet, but there's just a whole troop of actors faking all of this. We also have fake wholesalers as well. Remember the guy who we interviewed about the 15K closing? Another fake individual, another paid actor. He's really good. He's going to land a Broadway show soon. I know it. Let's call one of our other actors in the troupe. This actor is named Elliot Ashton. One thing that I do think is really cool about Elliot Ashton is that we have a very, very deep history. We have been able to hack public record to show that he owns the properties that we're fake calling on. So it's just been amazing. Let me look up Covert right now so we can see his name on title. Is it his LLC? No, I think he owns this. I think, yeah. So check this out. This is fascinating. So as we look up the address, ready? We can actually see that the person's name right here is Elliot Ashton, and then we're going to be calling Elliot Ashton right now. So here's the deal that closed today. We can see the seller's name, and we're going to give him a call. So it's awesome. Not only do I have paid actors that are wholesalers, paid actors that are realtors, paid actors that are sellers, but we've also managed to infiltrate public record, Michigan State public record, and we have actually inserted a fake seller's name, and now we're going to have a fake conversation with that seller. It's amazing. It's amazing. And honestly, it's like it's, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of an American Dad episode. I'm big into American Dad. Love my American Dad. Roger, the alien in American Dad, he is known for setting up elaborate fake things. And he tells Francine that he's finally going to commit to doing something real. What is it? He's going to commit to running a marathon. And every single day he puts a spray bottle on his face and fakes working out and fakes like doing all of these training runs. And then when the actual marathon happens, he jumps in his car, drives around the city, and fake wins the marathon. But Francine catches on to him fake running the marathon. So she's super mad, completely loses trust in him, never wants to talk to him again. And you know what he does? He sets up another thing that he's going to quote unquote commit to, right? And it's so elaborate this time that there's paid actors, there's a set, and it's just absolutely unbelievable. And he shows Francine this whole thing that he's set up with all these paid actors. And Francine finds out it's fake at the end, but she's not mad. And you know why she's not mad? Because what he has set up is so elaborate and such an insane lie that would have taken so much work to set up the lie that it's an impressive feat in and of itself. Even if you lied, it's still impressive. So that's what I hope you guys take away from this. You know, even though it's fake, you got to recognize how much work goes into faking it. You know, a lot of work goes. You know, we got paid actors on all fronts, and we're hacking public record daily. It's great. All right, let's call actor Elliot. Hello.
Please leave your message for
He must be in another rehearsal. He must be in another rehearsal right now. Let's shoot him a text. He's in rehearsal. He's yeah, it's a dress rehearsal. Okay, we got another seller to talk to. He's another actor with our company. Okay. Where did our hater go? Where did he go? You're not in the chat anymore? Or is he still here? Let me know if you're still here. Okay, who's our next call? Our next call is oh, yes. Check this out. So Shell sends me this yesterday. I got another free house yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. The address on this is 16028 South 185th. It's not a real address. It's actually a piece of land with a projector projecting a house onto the piece of land. We are quite elaborate here. What is Goodyear, Arizona? Does anybody know what Goodyear, Arizona is? I've never heard of Goodyear, Arizona. Oh, it's Phoenix Metro. It's Phoenix Metro. Okay. Goodyear, Arizona. Has anybody heard of Goodyear? I live in Arizona. Welcome to our Actors Guild. 15 minutes from me. Hold my fake wholesale. Yes, you're starting to get it. Yes, we can help you with wholesaling if you're 15. But remember, you know, your parents are going to have to get you in to hold my hand wholesale, you know, unless you have your own card. And honestly, your parents, whether they're millennials or boomers, I don't think there's any boomers having children at this point. My parents are boomers, but remember, anything you bring to somebody who was born before the internet and say, look, you can make money online. Fake. That's fake. That's not real, son. Son, what you need to do is you need to go to college, and then you need to go into $150,000 debt in college. And then after you're done with that, you won't be able to get a job and you won't be able to afford a house, but at least you made us proud, son. Let me call my dispositions manager who found this. Yes, D Stokes. I've got like 7, dude. I've got one for my fix and flip, one for my rental portfolio, one for my holding company, one for my main company. I mean, there's just so many. Now she might be off. Do we have a phone number for him? Okay, well, here's what he said. He said he owes $569,000 at 5.99% interest. He's currently on forbearance, but says, which is back payments, but said he's going to pay what he owes for those months. So he has back payments. He's currently in pre-foreclosure. So he's about to lose the house. And when I say about, it sounds like 7 months out. You know, it's kind of insane how many payments the mortgage company will let you miss. While you're missing those payments, your credit is just being absolutely destroyed. But the mortgage company will actually let you miss 10 months of payments. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. 10 months, 10 months of payments are allowed to be missed. And this guy's probably 3 months in, but he's going to catch up all of his back payments. And then the goal is to have us take over his debt. Now, what will I do? I will go ahead and sell that to Jason. Now, I can't talk to the seller right now, but you know which paid actor I can talk to? The buyer of my last deal in Arizona. So let me find out if he's still down for it. Do you buy the 129K house? Which 129K house? Is my phone doing the no service thing? My phone's doing the no service thing. Come on, don't do that, phone. Come on, T-Mobile, lock in. Lock in right now. I believe in you. Yes, 3 bars. Okay, I'm going to try another call. Guys, that's my holding company. That's my holding company. That's not my entire bank account.
What's up?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am doing very well. I just got a seller in the Phoenix Metro who asked me to take over his new construction for free at 5.99%. And it's in Goodyear, Arizona, which is just outside of Phoenix. It's part of the Phoenix Metro area in a very nice looking subdivision. And I'm wondering if you want another deal kind of like Diatomite when I contract this in the next couple days.
Cheers. I love Phoenix.
Okay, cool. Same situation, same deal. We can just send it over to you when it's under contract.
Yeah. Let me take a look at run a couple numbers. Rent did go up in Arizona 16%, so that helps.
Perfect. Do you want the address?
Yeah, please.
Ready? Write this down.
Text it to me.
Sure. I'll go ahead and text it to you and everything I know about it. I have PITI from the seller, and yeah, we'll get this over to you.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, Richard.
Absolutely. Thanks. How's Diatomite? What are you doing with it? I see it's for rent on there, but I thought you were going to do that tenant.
I just had to wait for that trust to finalize, and it did. And I've got my tenant buyer moving in on August 1st.
Oh, beautiful. What down payment are they giving you?
$29,900.
Dude, so you put $7K was my assignment fee. Was it $6K for closing costs?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah, about 13, 14 plus the trust.
13, 14 plus the trust. Okay.
Well, it was 14 with the trust.
Okay, so 14,000 total, and then a week and a half after closing, you find somebody to go ahead and put down $30,000.
Yep.
And then what's your PITI on Diatomite?
It's with HOA and everything, $2,750.
$2,750. And what will your tenant buyer be paying monthly?
$3,650.
Wow. So cash flowing on a wrap, and then also getting your down payment back. And this is all through that company that places tenant buyers for you?
Correct.
Hmm.
Yeah, old Steven down there. He's great.
Dude, your strategies are next level. Let me get you another deal.
Oh, man, let's do it.
Absolutely. Talk soon.
All right, bye.
Bye. Okay. So we can't talk to the seller, but we can talk to the buyer, and I can kind of prep him on this. I'm gonna send this to him for $7K down. That's what we did the last one for. I'll do this one for $7K down too. 30 days from now, I will get $7,000 from that. And that'll just be put in the back end of my closing. Now, where did this lead come from? I don't know. One of my dispositions managers got a message, and my disposition is putting on the acquisitions hat. Disposition means selling wholesale deals. And the message said, hey, will you take over my debt? And maybe they thought the disposition manager was me, but my dispo girl, Shell, she told me about it. She's getting the contract for me, and she's on payroll. So she's not a JV partner, although I might throw her a nice little portion of it. She's in the Philippines. But yeah, that's just great. I've had nothing to do with contracting this property, but I'll be able to sell it for hopefully $7K down. And what is this thing? It's a non-cash flowing rental property. It's a non-cash flowing rental property that we should be able to get for $0 down. And then Jason will just wholesale it to somebody else. And not wholesale, he'll wrap it to somebody else, just like he did on the other one. And what a wrap is you it's like a flip, but on seller finance. So imagine this. Imagine you buy a property for $300K with a 4% interest rate, and it does not cash flow. What you could do is you could market that property for $30K down, 7% interest seller finance, right? That's better than a lot of mortgages are. No qualification, $30K down, 7% interest. You get your down payment back, and the 7% covers the 4%, and then you cash flow on top of it. Give the lady in the Philippines $5. No. We pay the lady, that woman Shell in the Philippines. She gets $9 an hour, which is above Mississippi minimum wage. And then she also gets bonuses from the 10 wholesale deals she assigns per month. So she's living like an absolute queen in the Philippines. She's probably making equivalent of like 200 to 300K a year in purchasing power, but in the Philippines. It's great. But oh, my editor's calling. What's up?
Yo, so for the YouTube video on that house with that argument that you had with that home in Canton, Ohio?
Yes.
I'm going to put a screen recording of the Zillow listing. Does it matter? I mean, this might be a stupid question.
No.
No. Because it's public information.
No, you can post the, I want you to.
Cool, sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thanks to you. Remember the guy who was like, you're an asshole. It's almost time. It's almost time for me to take your license. Are you ready? What's going to happen? Well, your broker is going to see it because like almost every real estate professional in the United States follows me, and your broker will see this, and your seller will see this, and it will go viral, and you will have to deal with the consequences of somebody calling you saying, hey, I want to present an offer. And you say, not going to happen. And then when I catch you on that and I say, what do you mean it's not going to happen? He goes and says, I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. You're putting words in my mouth. And I'm like, oh my God, you've probably had so many divorces. I love this. Keep yapping. You're going to go viral. Oh, perfect. Okay. What's next on our itinerary? Because we had a lot of things to do today. I think Harris is next. I think Mr. Harris is next. Harris, what's going on, dog? He might not be at his computer. I'll give him a call. Remember the guy who's like, I did 300K last month in wholesale deals? Well, he's on stage right now. Mr. Harris. We're going to give him a call. There's no volume. Oh, no audio. Instagram just lost audio. Hey, are you available?
Yeah, I'm available. I'm just sitting in my car. I just got out of this dinner. I was listening to your stream. I just got out. Just give me a second.
Yeah, Instagram audio dropped for a second time. Yes, I can hear you just fine. How you doing?
I'm good.
You're cutting out. Is audio working here?
Let me rejoin it.
Patrick, I don't remember. But I think I told you that you need to buy it at 50. You need to get it at 55, and I'd like to buy it at 58, given that the rehab was 45K. So you can do the math, Patrick. I want to make 35K. Closing costs are 10K. OB3, how are you doing?
Hey, who's how are you?
I'm really well today, man. High energy today. How can I help you? You 17 unit?
No, this is the Albany one. I talked to the agents this morning to ask me about the update. He told me that they reach out to you. I don't know if they reach out by email or by phone call. So you have to check maybe your email or maybe your texts. Yeah, asking this morning about the update for the deal. Also, I would like you, if you can, I don't know your time, if you can give the agents the call because it's been crazy lately. It think like I'm not serious about the deal. It's taking longer. You know, you just give it up maybe the assurance that we are serious about it.
Hold on. So for the Albany, New York deal, this is a seller finance or a mortgage takeover? I forgot.
Yeah, the hybrid is a hybrid deal.
Okay, hybrid deal, and I remember I really liked it. Now, did we assign that to a buyer? Did Shell find a buyer for you?
No, we send the contract to them, and then they have to go through the attorney states to do the review, and then they have to reach out to you. That will give me your contact to give to them, so they can reach out to you. So today I talked to the agents. He told me that the office of attorney states they reach out to you back maybe last Thursday. So I want you to check maybe your email, maybe your phone call. I don't know. They said they reach out back to you before they sign the contract.
I'm gonna be honest. I think I just said I could do that as a placeholder, but I just want to show you something really quick. This is one of my emails, and I got 9,400 emails. And I'm gonna show you what emails look like in a single day. I'm gonna show you how many emails I get in one day. We're not even done yet. This is 1 day of emails. Ready? Not spam. This is people reaching out to me. You guys want to see TikTok? It's absolutely insane. It's insane. I don't know where y'all are getting my email. Look at this. So this is my inbox. I have 9,000 emails. And then a portion of a day of emails looks like this. You know, this started at 2 a.m. and this is all the way to 3:18. That was 2 minutes ago. So I don't have a way to see his email, and I don't pick up the majority of calls that I receive either because there's just so many.
Yeah, he said that they reached out back to you on Thursday last week.
We would have to plan it. It can't just be up in the air. We'd have to plan it for me to be able to work with you.
If you can you give the agents the call just to to give it the assurance because they think that I'm making I'm
sure, yeah,
lying.
I will. I'll help you out with that. See, I'm getting a random call now. It just says potential spam. I can't take this in good faith, guys. I just can't take this. It's because in all reality, what is it? So $20 left my bank account, and I'm thinking you stole my credit card. I'm thinking that's what happened. I'm thinking you stole my credit card, and I just want to let you know I'm turning you in. I'm gonna turn you in. That's like that's half of calls I get, and I'm just like, oh, you signed up for something, didn't show up, and somehow it's my fault. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So I can't take the majority of calls that I get, but I will call your realtor. What are we talking to him about? Hi.
My bad. Go ahead.
No. I just didn't know what to say.
Yeah, just tell him that we are serious about it. And we're waiting for them to sign the contract. You have to go through the attorney, and we are serious about it because he thinks I'm joking or I'm not serious about to close the deal because I told them that we are interested to the property. That's why we send them the PCA for them to sign, and then they have to go to the attorney first, and then before they sign.
Can we just send them a contract?
We already send them the contract, everything, and then they think that we're not serious because they say they reach out back to us, to you, to your contacts last Thursday, and then they haven't heard from us since then. So I want you to tell the agents that we are serious about everything.
Okay. All right. I'll call them and see what I can do. If anything, it'll make for some good content.
His name is Patrick, the agent's name.
His name is what? Patrick. Okay. I mean, I think you've got a really good deal on that Albany one. What can you there's a lot of phone numbers in my DMs. Which one is it?
I just sent you a minute ago.
Okay. Yeah, that was a call from Harrisburg, Oregon. What could somebody want out of Harrisburg? I don't even know what Harrisburg is. What's his name?
Patrick.
Oh, right. Sorry. Are you actually successful? No. The addresses I show in the conversations, remember, we explained it later. It's all paid actors.
Hi, you've reached Patrick Dunn from KW Platform. I'm sorry I couldn't make it to the phone. I'll get back to you at my earliest convenience. Thank you.
Hi, Patrick. This is Richard. We had spoke earlier about the Elizabeth Street property in Albany. You've been speaking with my acquisitions manager. He finds the deals. We close on the deals. I understand there's some question about the legitimacy here. If we had had it my way, we'd be under contract 2 weeks ago. I was out of the country, and I understand that your attorney was trying to reach me. I don't know if the calls are going through. I spent 3 weeks in the Philippines. And then separately, I'm happy to put together a contract and send it over to you now. I don't know if we've put my portfolio in front of you, but I own all over the United States, including in the East Coast. So, yeah, I just wanted to see if I could appease your client in any way through showing them perhaps my portfolio, or maybe we send a contract. And I understand you want the attorney to do the contract, but we could put one in front of your client as soon as today. So I'm just trying to get a hold of you just to see if we can patch things and hopefully get this deal across the finish line. Thanks so much. Talk soon. Okay. In the Philippines, checking on my VAs. Absolutely, yeah. We, you know what we did? We rented a hotel, the staff for the hotel. We hired a cook, and we hosted the VAs in a really nice spot for 3 weeks, and we worked on our processes together. What's your contact info? Let me just drop my cell in the chat. I'll just drop my cell in the chat. Got to go to Palawan next time. That's what I'm hearing. But dude, you know what's crazy, Hayden? Palawan for 30 people is like 110,000 for 3 weeks. Palawan for 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, reasonable. But dude, for a 30-person team, dude, I didn't want to pay for it. I didn't want to. You know how much our trip cost? Our trip was like $65,000 for 3 weeks to hire the hotel, the staff, to rent out every room. There's 10 rooms in this boutique hotel. It was like $65,000. And then 2 weeks before I left, I bought a wake boat because I totaled my other wake boat because I didn't get it winterized properly. And yeah, that's why my bank account is where it is right now. I mean, I dropped my new proof of funds. I think there's like 130,000 in there, but we went on a bit of a spending spree. I'll wrap the wake boat, hold my hand wholesale though, so it'll be a little bit of a write-off. We should be able to write off 20% or something like that. OB3, tell him to check his voicemail.
Yeah, I'll tell him. Yeah, I'm gonna do real quick. It's 5 units. It brings like a 5,300, and it's selling for 800K, and it's cash. Is something can you check for that? Since Aris is here too, you might be interested to it.
Yes, 800K cash. What is this? Is this Winter Springs?
No, it's Ocoee, Florida.
Ocala, Florida.
Ocoee, Ocoee.
Not familiar. I don't see the address. Would you mind sending it to me?
Yeah, for sure.
Do we have another call today? Oh yeah, I was gonna make calls to sellers. I was gonna call sellers. Well, Harris, I guess we'll talk to you whenever you're ready. This guy wants me to look at his deal.
Yeah, no, I'm ready. I was just waiting for you to end your conversation.
Okay. Do you want to send me that address, OB3?
Yeah, I'm about to send you right now. It's off markets, and then it says they open only cash. It brings around 5,300.
It's not going to work for Harris. 5,300 at $800,000. Your mortgage is over 5.3.
So it's not gonna be a deal, right?
Well, dude, you can just know that by thinking about it. Your mortgage on $800,000 is going to cost you $4,257 per month. Taxes and insurance put that over $5,300. Negative cash flow. Offer seller finance. Hi there, Mr. Seller. I'm ready to do 800. By the way, my lender told me that my payments would be $5,500. How much are you bringing in? $5,300. So is the deal that they're asking here. I put down about 170,000. I pay about 5,500 and bring in about 5K. Oh, you think there's some flexibility, right? Because my lender couldn't qualify me if I'm paying 55 and I bring in 5,000, right? That would look like the lender was giving me a loan for the purpose of foreclosing on me, which is against lending guidelines. So it's not just me; it's kind of everybody that would be in that boat. What do you do about that? Well, there's two things you could do. I could lowball the shit out of you to the point where it does cash flow. That's like 300K below list, bro. So you're probably not taking that. Or I could give you the $800,000 and we could just stack an interest rate onto it that does cash flow. Monthly payments, I give you a down payment. I'll go ahead and give you $85,000 cash as a down payment. Make you payments for 6 years, and then I'll pay you out the remaining amount on 6 years. Oh, you don't want to seller finance. Remember, I don't want to seller finance either. I tried to get a loan on this. The payments came back above your rent. You can't get an investment loan that loses money because they're funding a bad investment. And then that's how I do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much, Rich.
Yes.
You.
Can I wholesale in Iowa? Yeah, my top markets in Iowa are Cedar Rapids and Davenport. For proof of concept, I wholesaled 1617A Avenue in Cedar Rapids, Iowa for, I think it was only like a $6,000 fee. But I did do a deal in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And then I've also done deals in Davenport. Davenport is a peak market. Love Davenport. Okay. Harris, dude, you've got some markets that you're looking for deals in, and people can flood your DMs with deals. I'm going to shoot my shot at it. The one that we had isn't looking so good when we looked closer to the numbers. You mentioned 30% cash on cash return, man. That's hard to come by.
Yeah, I know that's hard to come by. The thing is, targeting 30% cash on cash is because usually if we're looking anything lower than that, at the end when we go down, look at the numbers, it ends up stuff comes up, right? On this one, this looked like a really good deal on paper. We penned it down. We ran some numbers. We had some issues, and then we came to something that it was workable. We will scheduled a walkthrough and everything, but then when we looked more closer, we found out the expenses are too much, right? On these multi-family deals, a lot of people don't take into account that the taxes are going to get reassessed at purchase. Most of these multi-families, people have owned it for 5, 6, 7 years, right? And once these a lot of them are repairs and they have refinanced and so after all of that, when the tax get reassessed, we get hit with a new tax bill. And specifically Ohio is doing a whole reappraisal this year, right? They're reappraising all of the real estate, so it's gonna basically put our cash flow down. That's why we're looking for 30%. That ends up being 25% when we pen it down. We make sure the rent is. My current buy box basically is anything that is occupied, and with the closing cost, I sent you the list of markets. I can drop it here in the chart, and it's at least cash flows around 30%. You target 30%. If it cash flows 28, 27, we can make it work, but try to target 30%, right? And it's basically we're very dominant in the Midwest right now because we own quite a lot there, and we're trying to double down on that. But at the end of the day, if it's occupied anywhere, we can buy it, but we'd prefer in the markets that I send you.
Okay, let's call this guy. Here's a random deal, guys. Let's call phone. Well, let me record the call for you guys just in case you want to listen to it at a later date. Phone is, wait for it. Oh. Ringing. All right, here's a random deal. Let me see if I can make something happen. This is a coffee shop. I'm calling on a building which houses a coffee shop. Almost looks like the one I went to the other day. It's a beautiful studio on top. Not a studio. It's a loft. Right? Is that what you call this?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
Well, this is interesting. Let's read about it. Here's a 6,000 square foot mixed use office retail production in Milwaukee Junction, fully renovated in 2020 with nice finishes, beautiful office space attached, currently retail space. Okay. Now here's the question I ask myself as soon as I look at something like this. You guys want to, oh, really? Instagram muted again? I can't believe it. That's the third time this live stream they've muted me. I can't believe that. That's insane. Wow. Okay. Well, so if you guys are curious, I'm approaching a coffee shop in Detroit. It's a coffee shop. It looks like they also do some sort of mixed use thing, like maybe there's a flat on top. So there's office spaces, a coffee shop, and then maybe a little bit of a retail living space on top. So how do I approach something like this? What's my first thing that I think about? Well, I think about what the mortgage costs on the price. So, they're asking 1.05 million. So I just put that into my mortgage calculator. Oh my gosh, I don't think that's right. Is that 2 zeros and then 3 zeros after? No. 105 and then 4 zeros. Okay, 105 and then 105, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1,050,000. Okay, they want 1,050,000, not 1,005,000. My down payment on 1,050,000, if I get a loan, is $210K. It could be a little more than that because it's a commercial building. Let's say 250. Say we put down $250,000. Your interest rate is 7. Your monthly payment is 5, probably closer to 7 with taxes and insurance. We'll call it 65. So $6,500 monthly payment. This building would need to be rented for like, I don't know, 13K for that to work. 13K for that to work. Now I'm going to ask you this, Harris. Will you buy outside of your will you buy in like Davenport, Iowa, or just anywhere that cash flows?
Yeah. I mean, if it cash flows and we can get a good management in place, we'll buy it. This is more so of sending a buy box was that people, if somebody.
I gotta pick this up. I'm so sorry.
For sure.
Hey.
Yo, what's up, dude?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
We're all closed out on covert, huh?
Yep.
God, that was a mess. So sorry about that. At least it got done. And now we got another one. The address on that, you texted it to me. It's what is that? It's gonna be
15848 Eastern.
15848 Eastburn. Now, do you know your mortgage payment on this?
My payment on Eastburn, I think. Let me see.
We just wholesaled this seller's house, and he's got another one. So this is another seller. Oh, God, the house looks bad. And you said the house isn't... Sorry, say that again.
Here, I'm going to send this to you. This is my closing disclosure.
Instagram just muted me for a 4th time. Instagram, am I muted? There's no volume?
Wow, that's a really... I thought my loan amount was higher. And I think now it's probably less. It's probably like 48.
Okay. Do you know what the monthly payment is? I am seeing 48 on PropStream. Monthly payment looks like $300.
378.67 is my monthly principal and interest.
And taxes and insurance are crazy high in Detroit. Is it like $300-$400 for taxes and insurance?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Well, I don't think it gets reassessed if we do what we did last time. So I think it stays where it is. It's telling me that in 2025 there's only 1,400. We'll use 300. So 378 is your principal and interest, you said?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to use 300 for taxes and insurance. So 678. And then what is that tenant supposed to be paying?
$1,400 a month.
$1,400 a month. That's good. That's good. When was the last time they paid?
Like 6 months ago.
And they're just there.
Yeah.
And what's been the extent of your conversation with them?
I mean, just like she's got 3 kids and her husband like is abusive, and she takes care of her uncle that's like at the house or something. I don't know. She's just like constantly complaining, and I'm too nice, so I don't really. But I have a property manager that was dealing with it, and then they're about to start the eviction process. But I'm just like, I'd rather just have somebody else deal with it.
Huh. Well, I think I'm not taking title on these myself, as you know. I'm wholesaling them, and I think that's going to be
Right.
I think it's not at all about the numbers on this. It's entirely about that tenant. Can the eviction process be started so that we can tell them that? Maybe that'll be because
yeah, I mean, I think it's already been started. I mean, they issued them a 30-day notice, and it's past the 30 days, so I think they're like starting all the legal work.
And I'm pretty sure Google's showing an outdated photo. It's from 2020. Oh, sorry, this other realtor's calling me. Let me tell him I'm on the phone. Okay, sorry about that. When was the last time? Because I'm seeing other photos that show it has a newer roof put on it. So the roof must have been put on in the past 4 years, huh?
I think so. I'm honestly, I didn't put a new roof on it, but I don't even know if there's a new roof. I don't know anything really about it.
Huh. Do you know if any renovation happened? Because I think it did. Because the house I'm seeing from 2022 is destroyed. But then when I go on PropStream and I look at photos, I clearly see a newer roof on here.
The guy that I bought it from had been fixing it up, and I finished it. I finished the kitchen, and I think like one of the bathrooms or something. I put like 10 into it, I think.
Okay. Okay. So we'll just assume that it's in good shape. I mean, you said it was immaculate. What has you thinking that?
Just from when I saw the photo, like before I rented it, my property manager FaceTimed me while I was there, and like it looks really like there was nothing wrong with it.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Well, I guess we'll find out when we get there. Well, I'll say this. The last one had a tenant in place and was cash flowing and needed some rehab, and we got you $4K down on that one. This one, I would imagine that the tenant has probably hurt the property a little bit, and we have to do a little rehab and evict them. So it's kind of like the last deal, but we have a bigger hurdle. So I'm hoping we can start at the same place, but you mentioned you wanted 10K down.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I can't, I'll probably just put it up on the market if I can't get 10K from somebody that wants to take over the mortgage. What I would do is just probably wait till the tenant's out and just put it up on Zillow.
I think we could probably get you close because you owe below what the house is worth, and there's some equity walking into it.
It's worth like, I think it's worth like 75.
Yeah, PropStream says 76,000. So you know, I'm just worried about the tenant. I mean, can you work with me on this one? We're gonna have the buyer pay closing costs. But I'm gonna go to the exact same buyer and say, hey, the seller's got another one. This is the situation, the tenant. And they're gonna be like, why am I paying more? And I'm be like, well, there's equity in it, and it cash flows better than the other one does, in theory. So I
need at least 10K. I'm like, I'd rather just wait and then sell it.
You know, if this tenant situation weren't a thing at all, that would be no problem. That would be no problem whatsoever. How long do you think it would take to get the tenant out?
I don't know. I could call my property manager tomorrow and see what the deal is. But
if you can get me, I can do 10K if the tenant isn't going to be a massive headache. But you know how a squatter can be. It'll make somebody want to.
I mean, I think she would. Honestly, from talking to her, if whoever's buying it gave her like cash for keys, she'd probably do it.
That's another thing we got to put on top of it, the 10K. I think it's going to be really hard to do 10K if we have a squatter in the property. But if you can get me more information about that tenant and how long it would take to remove them, that's going to be really helpful. Because if they can be out in 30 days since the eviction's already started, I don't really know how the eviction works. Whenever I have a squatter in my properties, I have my contractor move in, we turn up the heat to 90, and we play music and start taking their food, and then they leave. So it's, you know, I've never had to evict somebody. So how long do you think the eviction process takes in Detroit?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I'll call my guy tomorrow, and then I I can let you know.
Okay. Get me a little bit more information about the tenant and the eviction, and you know, if it's not as much as a headache as we think, yeah, 10K is fine.
Okay. All right. I'll call you tomorrow.
All right. Talk soon. See ya. Anybody know how long it takes to evict a tenant? How long does an eviction in Detroit take? 3 to 8 weeks. Initial notice to final. Okay. So maybe 1 to 2 months. I mean, everything sounds good about the deal except for the tenant. And if that's less of a. He says he needs 10K, and I think we can do 10K because if he pays $650 and rent is $1,400, absolutely we can do 10K. However, if we're looking at a We'll find out. Sorry for the interruption, Harris. That was a lead I was speaking to earlier here. OB3, your guy did call me back, but I'm going to finish my conversation with Harris first. So Harris, I was asking you if you're open to other areas if the deal works.
I mean, if it's a city with good enough population, we're looking for probably above $70,000-$80,000 people, in the town, and it's occupied. It could work, and we can find management for it, right? And you were asking about Davenport. Funny thing, I used to live in Davenport for a little while when I was going to college in Illinois. I lived like 30 miles out of Davenport, and I was in Davenport every day, so I'm pretty familiar with the market there.
Okay. So short answer, if I find you a deal in a different market that works, is that something you're interested in?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yusuf, he says he's looking for like 30%, but more realistically, maybe 20-something% after expenses. I think the theory on that is they're lying about it being 30%, and that maybe after all numbers are done, it's closer to 20%. So
yeah, and there are inaccuracies, and I mean, a lot of people are just starting out, and when we pin it down, it comes out that the taxes weren't right or the insurance was too low. When we pin it down, it just comes out. So realistically, if your numbers are on point, around 25% is good enough for us.
Okay. Well, I'll take a little bit of time right now to hunt for something, and I can hopefully have you another ball in motion here in the next couple days.
All right, perfect.
Okay. All right. Talk soon. OB3, I'm gonna call your guy back right now. What was the? Can you send the offer that we had made? Wait, no, it's not that one. I don't remember the offer. Oh. 230 taken over. Remaining amount of finance payments of 242. Hybrid structure. Okay, I'm gonna call him back. I see the offer right here.
Hey, this is better.
Hey, Patrick.
I gotta bet you there by yourself. How you doing?
Doing well. Is now. I can't quite hear you over the other person talking in the background. Is now a good time?
He's so loud. I'm sorry. Give me like 3 minutes and I'll give you a call right back.
All right. Thanks so much. Talk soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I don't know what that was, but that's your seller, Patrick. He's just he's busy. Let's talk to Jesimar. We always make him wait. Jesimar, what's going on, dog?
I'm chilling. I'm gonna go live after you.
Oh, hell yeah. Dope. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll probably. Oh my gosh. This guy's calling me back already. All right, here he is. Hello.
Hey, all good now.
Hey, yeah, sorry about that. I was having a hard time hearing you. No worries. But yeah, your client, we were talking about the Albany one. We didn't have a closing attorney over there because I don't own anything in New York. The closest I own is in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. So, okay. Yeah, we want to get this done here. We want to use your attorney. Do they have to do the contract? Are they firm on that, or can we send them one?
It really just depends on what, he's just going off whatever the attorney says. He's very, versed in actually even out-of-state transactions and whatnot. He knows what's going on, but he still just wants to run it by his attorney.
Of course. My acquisitions manager is telling me that the attorney is going to do the contract, and I'm like, why don't we put a contract in front of the attorney and he can remove the things he doesn't like?
Yeah, honestly, that probably sounds best.
Because that'll show intent as well. I've been out of the country, and I think he tried to call me while I was out of the country, and I didn't pick up for that reason.
And I think the contract that was sent over, there was no buyer's initials, and they just wanted us to sign first. So we were like, what kind of, just makes no sense. So we were a little hesitant to sign because of that.
Sure.
And then what we did, we just put that blank contract in front of the attorney, and I don't think it really went anywhere past that. So yeah, my seller, he wants to get this done 2 weeks ago as well.
Okay.
So
Sure. Well, let me go ahead and resend this, and let me go ahead and throw in.
I think it might make sense just to, like I said, he does know a lot about real estate. This is not his first deal. He's done plenty of deals, owns a bunch of units, speaks the lingo of out-of-state people as well. So I don't think there's going to be a language barrier there. Between you two, you sound like you know what's going on. So what are your thoughts on that?
As far as your seller being versed in real estate?
No, as far as you two just getting together and speaking on whatever issues there may be.
Yeah. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I'm putting initials on this contract right now. I just reset the date so that we could have a closing along the same timeline. But I'm throwing initials on this right now as we speak, and then I'll go ahead and send that over to you guys. And I guess we wanted the attorney to do it initially because your attorney is going to say, well, what about this? And what about this? And quite frankly, I had another attorney put it together, and I don't know exactly what he's put in there, but I said, hey, make a non-predatory contract that represents both sides equally that I can use for creative finance transactions. And that's what they did. So if there's something he wants to remove, I'm happy to have that removed because this isn't a contract I put together myself.
Okay. Cool. I like that.
All right. Well, this is going to be with you in about 5 minutes or so. And if your seller is inclined to call me, let's set up a time. I've got about 1 million followers on Instagram for real estate investing, and it makes it really hard for me to get back to people when they randomly call me. Because most of the times when somebody randomly calls me, it's somebody who's found my phone number online. And I'm like, man, I really just don't want to pick up this call. So if we can schedule something with your client,
I totally understand.
that would be great. Like a conference call would be ideal.
Okay. As soon as he gets back to me, I did shoot him a text. So as soon as he gets back to me, I'll let you know, and we'll put this to bed once and for all.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. This contract will be with you shortly.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Talk soon. Bye-bye. I said on Instagram. I should have said across my platforms. I've got like 500 something on Instagram, but it's not Instagram. It's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And then it would be more than that if I didn't get my damn YouTube account banned. Remember, guys, I was at 100,000 and they banned me on YouTube, and I climbed back to 80 in the course of like 8 months. Well, it's going well. I'm at 82 right now, but I would have like 200,000 subs on YouTube right now if it weren't for that. Okay. Well, I just put the contract together. I don't have his email. Do you want to go ahead and send this contract to his email? OB3, go ahead and send that contract to his email. Can you speak now? He just got back to me. Oh my gosh. He wants to. Yes. He wants to. Okay. I don't know what we're talking about, but we can talk. Hayden, do not. People, I've already caught people selling my phone number in this group. That's insane. Richard, typical racist liberal. Which party votes for which party likes the Klan? Like, I'm curious. If you go to a Klan meeting, are they like, I love Biden? Chat, help me out. Help me out, chat. When you go to a Klan meeting, like the Ku Klux Klan meeting, maybe an African-American individual can help me out with this. When you go to the Klan meeting, who do they vote for? Jesimar, who do they vote for? Is it Biden and Harris? Or is it Trump?
I think you know the answer to that question, Rich.
Right. So the Klan is made up of, say it with me, Republicans. Okay, hopefully we cleared that up. Oh my goodness. Okay, all
You know
right.
what's so funny though about that, Rich? I get on time real fast. I loved it when he got in the office because they just show their face. The enemy just comes out the grass, the snakes. I love it. I love to see it, man. I love to see it.
Dude,
They just show their face every time. I love it.
they didn't even have to show their face. Guys, in like 1987, there was a group called the Central Park Five. They're very famous. And the Central Park Five was executed wrongly and imprisoned wrongly for crimes that they didn't commit. And you know which president published an article in the New York Times calling for their execution?
Man, listen.
Man, who was that? It was see, I think we all know who it was. I think we know. And then who has all the lawsuits for not letting black people stay at their hotels? Who is that? Oh yeah, that's our current president. Oh, no, that rage bait comment did get to me though. Okay, we got to move on. I'm just blurring my eyes at the comment so I don't see something just absolutely cause me to lose it. Okay, so I just called this guy. So Albany Realtor, he's going to give me a call. Albany Realtor. Well, hopefully he gives me another call back. Let's talk to the next person. OB3, we've already got everything out of the way, right? We talked for a while.
I just sent him the email he sent, the PCO sent to me. I just sent to him right now.
Okay, huge. Well, OB3, we'll talk next time, okay?
Yes, sir. Thanks so much, Rich. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. I don't know, guys. Those legs look a little bit older than age 12 or 13. I'm not sure that's actually accurate, you know. Let's talk to No Trace Gurge, whatever that is.
Yeah, hey man, what's going on?
And before we jump to this, Bobby D, you can look at former allegations. You can look at all of it. If you look up Biden and then the word that you just put that I'm not allowed to say on stream, no allegations ever. No civil lawsuits, no criminal lawsuits, no criminal proceedings, nobody accusing and then suing. So I get it. You saw a picture of a Biden like kissing some kid's head in like a religious moment somewhere, and you're like, that's but no, see, Trump was found civilly liable for rape, appealed it 3 times, lost 3 times, and just paid $5 million to E. Jean Carroll. So yes, I agree. Biden does support Israel, and that's not great. We don't like that. Anyways, but he's not what you said before with children. Not at all. You can look this up. Very well documented. However, that other individual, yes. Anyways, we're going to talk now. No Trace Gurgis. Am I saying that right? Gurgis?
It's Trace Gurgis. I didn't realize how confusing it was. I'm gonna change it.
No, it's all good. Trace Gurgis. Well, hello, hi. How can I help you?
Hey, what's going on? I'm one of those fake actors that you paid.
Yes, one of my actors.
I did not receive payment, so it's just kind of why I wanted to come up here.
Well, what happened? You closed a deal with us?
No. So I am new though. I just joined on Sunday night. I did a little bit of learning online from your courses and whatnot Sunday night. Put on my big boy pants. Made a few calls Monday night. Most of them went nowhere. One of them actually went really well on a property up in Detroit. I have a contract sitting in my email for it right now. I was just a little confused because the property is listed at 85. I got the realtor to agree to 65, but she wants me to sign the contract and then present it to the seller.
Common.
And I thought that
that's pretty common.
It is.
Yeah, because realtors don't want to go to their client and say, "Hey, we have an offer here," and the client's like, "I accept the offer," and then you're like, "Just kidding." That happens all the time, right? So the realtor's like, I want my client to be able to say yes or no to your offer right now. So not every time, but oftentimes they'll have you sign first. Super, super common. All you need to look in that contract for is whether we have a 7-day inspection period and earnest money submitted post-inspection.
Yeah. So yeah, she agreed to a 7-day period and $1K EMD post at the end.
This is perfect.
I'm trying to DM you the address right now. The capture is giving me trouble.
Okay, I'm gonna add you as a friend, and I'll send you a message, and hopefully that helps.
Yeah, I just went through.
Perfect. That did help. Okay. Well, let's look it up right now, and I will give you my real thoughts here. Here's an 85K.
Yeah, it's not in great shape, but I looked it up, and it's renting out at $19 a month.
Oh,
So
that's a fix and flip for sure.
Yeah.
That's a fix and flip for sure. And guys, if you're curious about condition on what is a fix and flip for sure, this is exterior condition. Interior condition appears to be mid-construction in some rooms. So this is not at all about rent, all entirely about after repair value, because this is probably at least a $60,000 job. You have to rework the exterior of the house. You got to pull off that siding and fix everything below there. You got to rebuild that deck as well. You got to put on a new roof, and then you got to do all the outside and all the bushes around it. And then you have to start on the interior. Now, something to consider is the median housing price in Detroit is like $150K. So if this is an average in an average area in Detroit, it'll sell for $150K when it's in good condition. But this thing probably needs like $60,000 of work. I mean, just a new roof on this and just all the woodwork on the outside and the siding work. I'm just now seeing this. They put fake brick over the siding. Look at this. So this is a fix and flip for sure. So that I'm thinking my contractor would probably quote me for the fake brick, the roof, the fascia, the interior, probably like 75, 80K. Hey, I got to take this really quick. 1 sec. Yo, I'm live.
Hey, I know. I have a question.
What's up?
Yeah, Claude was able to pretty much do everything except find how much we purchased Merganser for.
I can figure that out. Mergan's.
That's all I need.
Yeah, 7605 Merg. And then you also might want to tell them about my flip on Tacoma, and you can find on Zillow when I bought that. Okay, so we bought Merganser for $376,500.
Thank you so much. Did you just check Zillow for that?
I checked PropStream.
Okay, I should have checked. It was what was it?
376,500.
Sweet. That's all I needed. Okay, cool. That's it.
Okay, cool.
Buy box, let students know, start loading up the bugs. We're fixing them at rapid speed.
Okay, cool. Well, they've heard you, and then where do they report bugs on Buy Box directly?
Yeah, just in your account. If you scroll down, you'll see a little bug report thing, and you can report your bugs.
Excellent.
They will get fixed in a timely manner. Isn't that great? That's a first.
Love to hear it.
Okay, well, enjoy your stream.
Yeah, dude, check my Instagram. I've got 2 videos in the past week, one 817, one 670, one 825, 200,000. Dude, I've probably got like 3 million views in the past week. It's insane.
Jeez.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. Well, we forced this. We forced this to happen by posting old viral content because they weren't recognizing my other content, which was just as heat.
Well, that's great, dude. I'm super happy.
Yes, it should be generating lots of users for Hold My Hand Wholesale.
Yay! Okay, all right, cool. I will talk to you later.
All right, see you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
Guys, click follow on TikTok. I am 3,000 followers away from 400,000, which is awesome. 3K away. We're right there. Anyways, I was talking to somebody, and I got cut off here. Yes. So
yeah, that was me. No worries.
Yeah. So am I sharing my screen? I'm not. Let me share my screen. Check this out. So here are some interesting things to consider on this. Do you see how there's siding showing through the brick?
Yeah.
I think this is a wrap. I think they wrapped like fake brick around it. Even if it's real brick, like you see the way that it's peeling right here just doesn't look quite right. It looks like a facade of brick. I think that's what it is. This is real brick right here. And I think this is a brick facade. And you can even see that all of this wood is rotted out. So the exterior alone, probably 30,000 just on the exterior. Now the median housing price in Detroit is about 150K for nice houses. So just some quick maths for you. You got it at 65. Let's say we buy it at 70. 10,000 will be inherent closing costs. Can't change the closing costs. They're just going to be there. So before we've put any money into the deal, we're in it for 80. We put 30 into the exterior, right? We haven't even started on the interior yet. We haven't even started on it yet. And if we look at the interior, it's a full remodel. You know, it's a full remodel. Looks like they've done some drywall for us, but you know, this can't stand, right? I mean, you couldn't live in conditions like this, right? You're just shredding your feet on something every single day.
Yeah, no, that's horrible.
So we got to redo that stuff too in the fix and flip, and that's probably it's probably like another 30K, 35K on the interior. So we put in the other $35,000, and now we're in the deal for like 145. And if it sells for 150, a realtor takes 6%. We're underwater. So in order for this to be a deal, it's got to have like a 250 ARV, which some places in Detroit do have 250K ARV, but it's uncommon. So what I'll do is I'll briefly pull up your ARV, and all we're looking to do is put together an investment package. An investment package for a buyer who can buy a property and then sell it for a profit. Now, this right here is pretty indicative of the area. Why are there empty lots for sale? Do you know what happened there? The city tore down the house. So the house went into forbearance. It was condemned. Person stopped paying, or house was in such bad condition that the city tore it down, and now they're selling it for the land. So we're probably in the deep, deep, deep hood, and we might be able to see that by the street view. So let's check out the street view here. Let me check it out. What does it look like? Actually, we're not. It could be worse. Could be a lot worse. It actually Detroit gets way worse than this. Detroit is much worse than this in some areas.
Yeah, I've been to Detroit many times, and I live in Chicago, so I know the deal.
It's not that bad here. This is an okay area, I'd say. The open lots, you know, a lot of people like to hang out there apparently, and that can sometimes cause some problems, but you know, it could be worse. Let's go ahead and check our ARV now. So we're just going to look at the area. I'm going to draw around this small little neighborhood, and we just want to find out what the house might sell for. So 85K for 1,600 square feet. 85K for 1,600 square feet, and we're kind of getting an idea of the area. 13K, 75K, 96, 50. We do have a 235 right there. But a lot of these houses are just selling for the low number in really distressed condition as well. So you can see that these look like some of the houses that might have gotten torn down right here.
In other words, not getting 250 ARV.
Well, I mean, we'll check. We'll price high to low. I see a 250 sale here. So what is this? This is a multifamily. This is a quadplex, right? What's this? This is a large duplex. You can see the two entrances here. What's this? This is a large duplex. You can see it's a 4-1 duplex on either side. So let's get rid of all the multifamilies because we're a single family. And this is what we're seeing on the single family side of things. So this thing sold last year. It's pretty big. It's a 5.3. It doesn't look to be renovated, which makes me think it probably sold as a package, because ain't no way somebody bought this house right here for 235. So maybe there's a package here that we can't see. Like maybe this is a larger LLC and owns a number of properties. We could actually check that on PropStream. Oh, Chris just logged me out. Hold on. I'll let him use it for a sec. But yeah, you can kind of see the area. No flips, right? No renovated houses in the area. What a buyer wants to see is renovated houses. So let's pick a different area, and I'll just show you what would happen if we're looking in that area. So I love to flip right around here. This is one of the best places to flip in Detroit. And let's just circle one of these boxes right here. What we want to see is really nicely renovated properties. Regardless of price point, we want to see renovated properties. So let's scroll down until we see slightly lesser properties, more regular opportunities, because these are some of the cream of the crop deals. And we'll go ahead and click on one, and then we'll look at the photos on PropStream. So let's look at this one right here. All right, let's just see if this is investor activity or is this retail activity. We look up the property on PropStream. We log out Chris Gallagher, get out of my PropStream, and then we pull up the photos. Did somebody renovate this house? Well, I don't know. You tell me. Recessed lighting, new LVP, NPC items in the house. What do I mean by NPC items? Well, do we really think somebody lives like this? Couch this way, TV this way? No. This is staging. This is all staging. Look at the kitchen. Fix and flip. Do we have a trail of an LLC selling the property to the current owner? So the current owner is a person, Pamela Harris. Pamela Harris is the owner, but Pamela Harris acquired the property, or more so John Harris did, off of this limited liability company, which bought it for $70K. So they bought it for $70, renovated it, and then sold it to Miss Harris for $297,000. So this is there's a trail of investor activity. Let's click on another random house. This is another random house. You see these railings? Brand new railings. So it's my best guess that it was bought in terrible condition and then renovated and sold to a retail buyer. So if we look at the property and the interior, look at that door. Nice new paint on that door. Wow. Yep. That's a full fix and flip, guys. That's a top to bottom rehab. Let's go ahead and check out our kitchen and our bathroom. Look at that bathroom. I don't like it. It actually is kind of an eyesore, but somebody else liked it. And then look at the kitchen, right? We got marble countertops. We got new backsplash, new sink, new cabinetry, stainless steel appliances. So these are fix and flips. But when I look in that area that you showed me, all I see is like teardowns. The only thing I see is teardowns. And people aren't like, well, I want to renovate here because there's no evidence. There's no evidence that people can renovate there and sell for a profit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say here. What would I do with the house you showed me?
Give up on it?
No. Every house can have an offer. You saw a lot of those houses selling for $17K, right? So here's what I'd say. Hi, I was just looking at the neighbors' houses. It looks like all the distressed houses are selling for 17. Nuh-uh. Well, here's 15 of them. I just texted you 15 houses that just like yours that sold for 17K. Oh, so, I kind of want to be around that area, given that that's what houses are selling for. And if you look for renovated houses, there are none. What do we do about that? And then I'm not necessarily telling them where I need to be. I'm asking them, hey, my realtor's calling me. I got to take this, but I think you understand what you need to do. Talk soon. Hello?
Hey, I'm going to merge him in now.
Let's do it. What's his name?
Phil.
Phil. Got it.
All right, 1 second.
Sounds like it's raining pretty bad over there.
Hey, guys, I got you on together.
Hey, Phil, how we doing?
Who's this?
My name's Richard. You've been speaking. Well, you haven't been speaking, but I've been speaking with your realtor here about the property you have in Albany.
Okay, yeah. How's it going, Richard?
I'm doing well. Acquisitions manager told me to shoot you guys a call just to kind of smooth things over. I just got back from a 3-week stay in the Philippines, and I believe your attorney called me to discuss this stuff while I was overseas here. So I just wanted to hop on a phone and reiterate the interest that we have in the property. I own 23 others just like this one. We're just looking to pick up another one here. But I think we're all squared away with the offer. I think there was just a delay in communication. And I really just wanted to hop on the phone and see if you're still willing to move this thing across the finish line.
Yeah. So just to clarify, have you done any of these in New York?
No, this is actually my first buy in New York. The closest property I own is in the Poconos. It's in Long Pond in the Poconos. It's an Airbnb.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. So with New York, it's an attorney state.
Okay.
So like you need attorneys to close. Hence, when your guy was saying that we can just do a title, I'm very familiar with all of these. So like I knew that he didn't know anything about New York because if he did, he would probably know that.
Sure.
So that's why the attorney is involved. Otherwise, if we do it through title company, I don't have no issue.
Yeah. Texas is the same way. I own a ton in Texas, also an attorney state.
Okay, perfect. So my attorney's only concern is due on sale clause.
Yep.
So I'm assuming you're familiar with Pace Morgan and stuff too.
I spoke on stage with him about 10 months ago. I'm another creator for real estate investing. I was telling your agent I don't typically pick up these calls because I have about 1 million followers across my platforms for real estate investing. So yeah. Pace is a good guy.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I'm part of stuff too.
Oh, great.
So yeah, I'm familiar with the contract that you signed and all that stuff. So I've tried to use it for other things in New York. It didn't really work out. And with attorneys involved, due on sale clause is always a sticking point. So I recommended we just kind of do kind of with the lease home with the balloon and everything stays the title and all that good stuff. So is that something you're familiar with or you're open to, or?
You're referring to kind of a wrap structure?
I forget what how it's packaged it, but it was like one of the ways to just overcome due on sale clause.
Yeah.
Objections.
Yeah, so here's how I do these to not avoid the due on sale, or to avoid the due on sale clause in all of my other properties. I put the property into a trust or an entity like an LLC, and I join that entity, and I don't have the seller leave. I have the seller stay on that. And that does two things. One, the property never sold. You simply added an owner onto your property. And then with the operating agreement within that LLC or within that trust, we can specify the profit structure. So, hey, you're still on the trust, but we collect all of the rental income. We can make the decision about when we sell the property. And if the bank ever looks at it, well, we didn't actually sell the property. It's legally considered a personal property transfer, not a real estate transaction, to add an owner onto your property. So that's how I've avoided in the past. I can't sleep at night with a subject to portfolio. So out of my properties, only one is subject to, because I don't believe that the bank is not going to call the due on sale clause, especially if you have a lower rate that they can reclaim all of that funds and then lend it out at a higher rate. They have a great incentive to do that. So I don't really know how Pay sleeps at night with all those properties subject to the existing loan. I guess he deeds it back to the owner to avoid the due on sale clause, but I like to definitively avoid it by using a trust or an LLC and just joining that rather than having you leave it and be an official sale.
All right, yeah, as long as you got some sort of solution to that, I think that was her biggest thing. My biggest concern with the contract was it's kind of lopsided in the sense of you're going to be collecting profits. I'm going to be held liable and responsible for anything that happens at the property. So that terminology kind of needs to be a little rephrased.
In terms of like repairs?
Yeah, repairs, just like how the contract was written. It basically says, I held all the liability during the whole period of time, and it never specified when the balloon would actually happen. It was 7 years, 8 years. It wasn't clear. So those little minor details need to be hashed out.
Well, wait a second. Hold on. The contract doesn't specify that. That's the contract that Pace Morby's attorney, Sean St. Clair, put together. And then in additional terms, right under the seller carryback, it says seller carryback and mortgage are to be refinanced in full on year 6. So you're not, to clarify, you're not responsible for any repairs whatsoever. It would be a sale, and that would fall entirely on the owner of the property, us. And then also in additional terms, it says, I highlighted it in yellow even, seller carryback and mortgage to be refinanced in full on year 6.
Okay. All right. Now that, as long as that's clear, I think, I don't know, it was who Pat was talking to, but it was kind of gray. So I just needed those minor details kind of hashed out before we move forward. So,
yeah. Now, if you can show me the section that says that you're responsible for upkeeping the property, please do. I would say that the only thing in there that I can think that's even remotely similar to that is I think it requests that the property is delivered to the buyer in clean condition.
Okay. Well, and the other thing was, what's the final thing that you're able to sell and do whatever you wanted with the property without letting me know. That was one of the things where I was like, I don't know about that, because especially if I have the balloon or the balloon obligation hasn't been met yet. I kind of have to know what's going on just in case the lender calls me and I don't say the wrong.
Well, your note is recorded on title, so your seller carryback is recorded on title. I couldn't sell the property and circumnavigate your balloon even if I wanted to.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, it's just how it was phrased on there. That's where I was like, okay, that's kind of what you're thinking point where I'm not 100%. I don't get the warmest.
Well, yeah, I totally understand. But at the same time, I can't get around the balloon even if I wanted to. There's nothing I can do. It's like a lien. It's like a lien on the property. There's multiple lien holders. The first one is your mortgage. So it's kind of like the mortgage company saying, how do I know you're going to sell this property without paying off my mortgage? And you're like, well, I can't. Your mortgage shows up on title when they run title for this, just as your note will show up on title as well. So I can't get around it.
All right, yeah, I mean, those are my biggest concerns and stuff. So, if we can work around that, I'm open to just moving this forward.
Sure,
at this point.
sure.
And then I have other properties if you guys, if you're interested in.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This one makes sense to us. Of course, I still have to confirm the condition of the property. It looks to be great online, but I'm in Oregon right now, so I'm nowhere near this. But I'll send some guy to walk through the property, and then he'll just confirm our condition. And yeah, we should be good to go. Let's get the first one out of the way, and if this thing moves smoothly, let's take down another.
Okay. Yeah, I got another one, and yeah, we can figure that out. So, okay. So yeah, I guess if you want to talk to Kelly, or you got your own attorney, or
No, I don't have a closing attorney in New York to process a transaction like this. So I'm hoping your attorney doesn't put up too much of a fuss. I'm willing to modify it as long as I can depreciate it, because that's what I'm after. I want myself to hold title in one shape or another. And if I can depreciate it, I'm good to go, because everything else, the numbers are kind of what the numbers are. They make sense to me. So yeah, I'd love to use your closing attorney just to keep everything above board. I guess we'll cross the hurdles that they put up when they put them up.
Okay. Yeah. One step at a time, and we'll go from there. But Pat, you got anything?
No, he did just send me the contract with his signature and initials on it, by the way. So that was another thing there. Yeah.
Yeah, seller carryback is outlined on section 1.13, which is page 4. And you should see in additional terms, it says seller carryback and mortgage are to be refinanced in full on year 6.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I was like, listen, if you guys are interested, or I don't know who was handling stuff while you're gone, but I said I just need something signed, something in writing that we can kind of review and move forward with. And all I got was like templates, and I was like, I've seen this template before.
Yeah, it's a great contract. Sean St. Clair put that together.
Yeah, as long as there's something like signed, it's like, okay, we got something legitimate. But yeah, it was like the little details. But I'll have Pat send that over to me. We'll figure it out with the attorneys, and then go forward from there.
Perfect.
Yeah, so expect to go out from Kelly either tomorrow or sometime by the end of the week, I would say. Okay. Just to finalize this, and we'll get it going. And good.
All right.
Sounds good. You got anything else for me, Rich?
No, that's all. Hopefully we can do more deals together. Let's get this one across the finish line. And I'm sure there will be interesting hurdles, as there are with all closings, but we will get past them.
Sounds good. Absolutely.
Hey, thanks so much for reaching out.
Absolutely.
Much better than the other guy was talking to.
He's doing acquisition. So, we all started out somewhere. So he's new, he's brand new. And he if I close on a deal that he finds me, I'll write him a little check.
Yeah, I like that. That'll work.
Absolutely. Right. Thanks so much. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye. Okay, well, your deal is back on track. So Richard, deal or no deal? Let's run over numbers. OB3, what is the PITI on this?
Let me go to the number. I don't remember again. It's been a while.
Yeah, guys, we'll run through the actual numbers here.
So the rent is at $3,100.
3,100, and the mortgage costs with taxes and insurance.
Let me see.
As you guys can see, it's hard having an accent in this business. Where's your accent from again?
Congo. I'm a Congolese. I speak French.
He speaks French, so he's got a French Congo accent. That area has been through hell, man. With
yeah, man. Even before I was born, man, it's been crazy.
Belgium, Congo, and King Leopold absolutely destroyed that area, huh? That's right.
They destroy everything, they murdered the Prime Minister, everything.
Yeah.
Colonizing, all kind of stuff.
You guys had abundant rubber and other natural resources.
We are rich. We have a lot of gold, all kind of stuff, man. We got all the your phone. It come from Congo,
The microchip.
Without
yeah.
Congo, you have no phone.
Yes. And other countries stole those resources and left a power vacuum, which created an unstable government situation, largely due to imperialism. And of course, we got a guy in the chat saying cap. You can, guys, you know where I read about this?
Okay.
Wait, get ready. College. Oh my God. Yeah, so they give you a book in college called The Heart of Darkness, and you read the book The Heart of Darkness, and you learn about King Leopold and what he did to the Congo, and then how the United States furthered that in later years. It's really interesting. Anyways, what's your PITI?
But I don't remember. I can't find it. I'm looking for it here. It's been a while since.
That's okay. I'm gonna, guys. Second bathroom break of the day. We'll be back. Dude, my history classes in college, I was just so locked in. I was not locked in on my business classes, but what is that, Chris? Okay, I'll be right back. Hold on. Guys, look at my two beautiful banana breads. I can't eat either of them. I'm on bodybuilding prep right now, and I can't eat either of them, but y'all can look at them. You see, they're gift banana breads. I like walnuts on my banana bread, so I put walnuts on them. But look at these. Look at these beautiful banana breads. It's like money, but in food form. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so jealous of the recipients of these, but these are gift banana breads. I also have to refill my water. Imagine that, making banana bread that you can't even take a taste of. I tried the batter. Okay. My views just suffered massively. Just joined Hold My Hand Wholesale about 20 minutes ago, and you navigated to the live stream, Nick. That's what I'm talking about. Just for that, Nick, you get to come up on stage and we can chat. Hi, I'm new and I made my first offer on a property and the agent just messaged me saying they want me to do my due diligence before signing. Say, hey, bro, it cost me $400 to send my inspector to the property, and I need to know that we have a deal before I spend that $400 to send my inspector. And today's chat was his first impression. It's okay. At least we're active. At least we're here from him. We're here for him. We'll talk to him and see if he needs any help. OB3, you're figuring out the PITI. What is the PITI?
I can't say anything if you can help me with because I have no proper screen to check the PIT, but I know the rent number and what we offer it. That's it. All I know.
I don't know. I'm just gonna pretend I'm not seeing the chat. So you don't know the PITI. We need to find out the PITI. We got to find that out. I'm gonna text the agent. Can you send me a mortgage statement showing the true monthly payments. We just have our estimate now. I think they are. And what do I think they are? What do I think they are? Gosh, I hope we can close a deal in Albany, New York. I'm sure we can. Not in terms of a buyer, in terms of the closing attorney. We might have to do a subject to deal. So I'm pretty sure he pays $1,080 plus taxes, which taxes are 5,284. 5,284 divided by 12 is 440. 440, and I bet insurance is about 165, maybe 165, and then 1,080, 1080. So I bet he pays 1,685. So I think he pays 1,685. And then the seller carryback is 200 and something. So that would bring us
242.
242. So guys, here's the deal. $1,927 per month, and the property is occupied how much?
3,100.
3,100, and that's currently occupied there.
Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful. And then our down payment is what?
I never said 30,000.
30,000. So guys, that's the deal.
That's the closing cost.
Oh my God, Spider-Man is out, right? Guys, I didn't like the Odyssey. I didn't like it. I actually walked out of the Odyssey. I sat there for 2.5 hours and I walked out. Backroom saw it, didn't like it. I did like what's the other one that just came out? Obsession. I thought Obsession was good. Why didn't I like the Odyssey? It's a movie about a storybook, and they morphed as many stories as they could into one plot. They gave people American accents, like they took Robert Pattinson, and they're like, Robert Pattinson, go ahead and do an American accent. And you know what? We are going to cast Travis Scott. We're going to cast Travis Scott, the rapper, and and he's just going to take a staff and he's going to stamp that staff and he's going to chant the entire time. So the problem that I ran into is I viewed it kind of like a John Wick movie. It was problem after problem after problem after problem. You know, all of his men run into the island, and then there's a monster on the island, and then half of his men die, and they run back out to the boat, yet the same amount of men are still on the boat. But wait a second, half of your guys just died. Now everybody is back on the boat, same amount of people. Immediately thrown into a new conflict. Oh my God, there's a massive whirlpool and half of his men die again. Somehow gets out of it and they're all alive again. Immediately after that, another conflict. Immediately after that, another conflict. Immediately after that, another conflict. Movie ends with a 20-minute, just 20 minutes long fight scene. And get this, it's a 1v100. 20 minutes of nonstop like sword fighting and knives and shit, and it's 1v100. And I'm like, bro, this is just like John Wick. It's just like, it's like watching The Matrix. It's like watching John Wick. It's not, I'm not even talking about the screenplay. The book is a set of stories, and they put every single story, which are supposed to happen at different times in history, not all at once. They put every single story within like 5 months of this guy's life, and he's 1v100ing people. And I get it. Okay, we make a character 1v100 somebody, but over one 20-minute fight scene, like nonstop. Oh, you know, coming from watching Game of Thrones, which is just like unbelievably well written, because I'm watching Game of Thrones right now, and we watched this, which is the same type of, you know, historical type thing, and I was just like, the writing and the screenplay and the casting of celebrities killed me. They're like, we're gonna make this movie interesting by casting every celebrity we possibly could. And I was just like, man, what if you casted actors that looked like they're Greek or Roman, like people who have Greek or Roman facial features instead of Travis Scott? Anyways, I couldn't finish it. I'm pretty sure this guy just sent me a mortgage statement.
What season are you on for Game of Thrones, Rich?
You know, I've watched it 2 times already, but I'm on I'm on like season 4. It's what an absolute masterpiece.
Yeah.
I'd really only compare
You
it
seen-
to Breaking Bad.
So you seen King Joffrey? You seen what happened with him, right?
I'm on my third time seeing what happened.
You watched the other ones like Knights of the Seven Kingdoms and all of that too?
I did watch Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I started to watch the other one, and I think I will. I will revisit it, but I stopped watching when they jumped forward in time because I got attached to all of the characters. I was like, oh, cool. And then every single actor, with the exception of like 2 or 3, disappeared, and now we've jumped way forward in history. And I'm like, what? All my people are gone. What the hell? It's like a different show, but I will give it another try. The production budget is below that of Game of Thrones, but I still think it's worth watching. But I liked Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I liked that. So he's showing me this is not a mortgage statement. I need a mortgage statement. I gotta send him what a mortgage statement looks like. So OB3, he nobody really knows, but I'm gonna have to send him. I'm gonna have to send him what a mortgage statement looks like. So
I'm going to check my proper right to check the mortgage. Sometimes I check there too. Proper right, sometimes it's sure. I don't know if it's accurate.
okay. We will keep moving this forward. Let me know if they sign that. Yeah, that was a pretty crazy scene. Also, so needless. That guy's such a tool. He shouldn't have gone to battle for that reason and like killed his uncle or some shit. Anyways, we'll talk. Next, I want to talk to Mr. Saints. What's going on?
How you doing, Richard?
I'm doing well today. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Excited. Maybe I got something for you here, possibly with Joseph. I sent you a DM. It's not something that's contracted as of now. It should be within the next 3 or 4 hours. I believe. Let me see here. I sent you a picture of just like on what the cash-on-cash return is, just to give you a rough idea. It was listed for 140. I got it for 115, and buyer paying all closing costs.
This sounds good.
And then
Just comes down to condition.
it is on rent for 2 units. It's on rent for $23.25. It's 2-1 each, and they're both on an 8-month. 8 months remaining out of a 1-year lease.
Wait, pause really quick. Is this Snowden?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, Snowden, for sale by owner. Looks to be very clean.
Yeah. He has a long list of like repairs he did. It's his own like construction company that he worked with to do the repairs.
Yeah, house looks super clean. I can see the photo on Google from when he renovated it. I don't even think they care about crime anymore, guys. I think they forgot about that. They haven't asked. I mean, they ask about it, but if I just like don't mention it, I feel like we could push deals through regardless of what their crime looks like. But this area, it's fine. I don't see any crime, and I have houses not far from here. This is okay. So yeah, this is on the west side of Detroit. That's good. Your roof looks new. Your siding looks new. Your interior looks new. You have it at $115,000. We're going to push it for $125,000. Are you under contract right now?
It will be in about 3 hours. He said the second he gets home.
Dude, the topic on TikTok right now says analyzing a new property deal and comparing it to Game of Thrones. That's the AI summary. Dude, it says analyzing a new property deal and comparing it to Game of Thrones. So the cash-on-cash return of this property appears to be 25%. What was the cash-on-cash of Winterfell when it was acquired by the Starks? Well, AI, what could that possibly mean? I guess now we really are doing it. So your cash-on-cash is going to be good, 115, and you said it's rented right now. What's the first unit rented for?
I don't have the individual costs actually. I can get those for you pretty soon. But the total is 2325.
2325. Okay, so 125K. I know that this works, and the reason I know it works is because I'm selling my duplex for more than this, 137,000, and it'll only rent for like $2,300, and I'm selling it for more than that. So I already know this is going to work. So your down payment on 125, chat, what is that? 25K? Yeah, 25,000. So you're looking at 665. Guys, I'll show you the real numbers of how I underwrite one of these deals. And you say you are under contract right now?
No, it won't be on contract for maybe like 3 hours.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, we can pre-sell it. We can schedule a walkthrough too. You're going to be our next success story. Watch. So here is how we do this math, guys. 665 is what it will cost for the buyer. Now, he didn't contract it for the price on my screen. The price on my screen represents $10,000 stacked on top of the price he contracted it for. And I really like your deal. 90% of people who come up here and show me a deal, what do I say? That's trash. Bad job. Go home. Not really, but I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, that doesn't work. But this works. This through and through, this works. So he doesn't even have that steep of a discount, but I don't care. I know I can move it. I've worked with these buyers enough at this point where they just want good working properties. The mental discount, or the mental portion of wholesaling on market real estate, it starts to go down and down and down and down as you continue to do deals with these people. So taxes and insurance, they're going up. I'm going to peg them at $375 per month is what I'll put them at. And you're rented at 2325 or 2315.
2325.
Now here's the thing, guys. If it's occupied, you don't have vacancy. So I'm gonna, well, at least now. So I'm gonna take off 5% from the normal 20 that we take off, and I'm gonna take off 15%. Then I'm going to subtract our PITI of only 1040. We'll call it 1050 just in case. That's going to be making, dude, stunning. And then we're going to go ahead.
Actually did the taxes and insurance at 550 just in case. I like really rounded up.
Dude, this is you sound like you think thoughts. Do you think thoughts?
I think the most amount of thoughts you can think. Just to let you know, big shout out to RR here. He actually put this in the chat. He said, anyone want to lead? I literally said me right away. He sent it over to me yesterday. Called him last night. This morning, just worked through some numbers with Maura and wanted to bring this to you right away.
So you think thoughts. This is good. This is good. It's not that much work if you know what you're looking for, guys. It really isn't. So this is how much the property will make per month or per year. I'm sorry, 11,115. And then I'm going to divide that by the total cost of the buyer buying it, which is 35K. Why does it cost 35? Well, they need to put down 25 and 10 for closing costs, 35K. Your cash on cash is going to be 30%, Doug. Yeah. Call Joseph YouTube back.
Calling Albany Realty.
No, I didn't. That's not who I said to. Gosh. I gotta watch The Wire. Is it really that captivating, Jesimar? Is it really good?
Please leave your message.
Okay, I'm gonna call Quaid. I really care about writing. Writing is like my main thing. If I deem that it's poorly written, I'm out so quick. They have to leave some things for the viewer to figure out rather than just spoon feeding it to you.
One moment while I try to connect this call.
What do you mean, bruh?
They said 1 minute. You can leave a message after the tone.
Dude, this is I was hoping we could get a sale. Stay on stage. She's gonna call me back. We're gonna sell this live. Nick, what's going on? I saw you just joined and you navigated to the live stream, which is so rare. Out of 7,000 members, 175 people are here, and you are one of them. So I wanted to reward that and answer any questions you may have about this business or getting started or literally anything.
Well, I appreciate it. I may or may not have gotten scammed by somebody right away, but I think I'm good.
Wait. Did you fall for one of the people DMing you trying to?
I don't know what it was. The whole Discord thing's new to me. It was someone like that said something about like welcome to the thing and all this crap, but I didn't give him any money or nothing.
Wait. I do have.
Might have just been who was connecting.
I do have a welcome person. I have a welcome person. They send a nice message and they say welcome as soon as you join. But don't.
I think that's
Don't send. Yes, we do have a bot. We do have a welcome bot and a welcome person. But just don't send anybody money. The most common scam you're gonna see is people take my headshot and they create my username, but they put a little dot in there, a little period. It doesn't. You can't even see it. It's very hard to see, but it's not really my username. It's like hold my hand wholesale, and there's no E on the end of it. And then they DM you and you say, hey, do you need any one-on-one help? Book a call with me here. And then like kids will send them like $4,000. And it's like, holy shit, what, please don't do that. So don't fall for that. But anyways, anything I can help you out with, like point you in the right direction?
It was funny because I was talking with an employee of mine. I don't remember how we got this. I'm a mortgage broker. And I'm doing that since 2009. And now I've got a team with a couple of my buddies. We've got 15 loan officers across the country. And one of my guys on my team is kind of specialized in doing DSCR loans. And we were talking about something the other day. And he goes, and he basically brought you up. And I was like, that sounds a lot like this guy. I've seen his videos. And so like a couple days later, you popped in my feed. And I took a screenshot, sent it to him. I was like, you talking about this guy? And he's like, yeah. So then obviously all of a sudden I'm starting to get a lot of your videos again and whatnot. It's something I've been interested in. Kind of anything about wholesaling, obviously the mortgage business. So, you know, it's related obviously on real estate and stuff. But I'm just excited to learn, man, because I don't know anything about it. And here you go. So.
Well, welcome. Having a background in lending is huge here. You know, this is huge. Like this is going to help you out so much because what the biggest thing one of the biggest things to understand here is that we provide solutions for deals that DSCR lenders won't fund. And as you know, DSCR lending is debt service coverage, which translates to if your mortgage is covered, we can give you a loan. But if that mortgage is not covered, we can't give you the loan. If it's an investment property. So, you know, if you're able to figure out what a real PITI would be, meaning the real monthly payment, and see that it does not cash flow, then you've got great leverage to present seller financing. Hold on, I got to take this call, but I'll point you in the right direction right after. Hey.
Hey, just give me a call back.
Yeah, I've got a banger for you. I've got a banger. This thing's going under contract right now. It's 30% cash on cash. It's a multifamily owned by a contractor, and the contractor has kept the property in one of the better looking conditions that I've seen. It looks to be like really, really nicely kept and nicely renovated. Looks like the roof is newer, the siding's newer. I'm sure there's going to be something, but everything on it looks really, really nice. He's got tenants paying $23.25 occupied right now for another 8 months. And we were able to get it at a really big discount, and we can deliver it to you guys at $125K.
$125K. What's the bedroom, bathroom, or address or anything?
I'll give you the address right now. I'm gonna text it so I don't say it out loud because I am live.
That's fine. Okay.
But beds, baths, 4 beds, 2 baths in the total property, duplex.
Perfect.
1944 square feet.
Nice. All right. Liking all that. Perfect. Yeah, let me get the team on this when you send that text over, and we'll take a look at it. I'll get you confirmation back over.
I would wait about, well, you can do it right now. Let me ask the wholesaler a question. So wholesaler, you said he's going to sign within the next couple hours?
Yeah, he said he'll sign as soon as he's home.
Okay, so yes, we've got the offer accepted, and I'm just kind of moving this along so that we can get on top of it right now. But it's not formally under contract. It should be in the next hour or so. So you might want to wait until tomorrow just in case we like sometimes the seller will come back to us and say, well, what about this? And then we have to solve that objection. But I will get you everything so that you can get the ball rolling on it.
Awesome. Thank you for keeping me posted.
Yeah. I'm gonna drop this in Slack too.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Richard.
Absolutely. Talk soon. See ya.
Take care.
Bye. Okay, so they're interested in that. That's a $10,000 fee I just pitched to them. Going under contract tonight. I'm going to bring you up tomorrow, okay? And just let me know whether or not they sign that, but we can definitely get a 10K fee on that for you. Tomorrow at 1:45 p.m., remind me to bring up SAINZ.
Okay, I added it.
Sorry, I don't know how I got muted, but I'm going to bring you up tomorrow, and yes.
Plan, boss.
All right. 1:45 p.m. Pacific. Is that okay?
Yep, works for me.
Huge. Awesome. Talk soon. Okay, Nick, if I were you, this is what I would do. We have 3 courses that I think you should take off the bat. All of this stuff is going to click for you if you have that lending background. One, the cash course. The cash course. And the cash course is it covers deals that we do in cash, and that's going to be well, I guess I'll put it this way. We focus so heavily on creative finance that we consider anything that's not creative finance cash. But as we know, a DSCR loan is not really cash. You have to get a loan, but we refer to it as cash. So I kind of use that term incorrectly. When I say cash, I mean deals that could be literally bought in cash, and then deals that you could get a loan on. Does that make sense? Just not seller financed is what it means. So I just linked the cash course in the chat. And then after that, I would take the Get Started Seller Finance. And then I would take the Get Started Mortgage Takeover. And now we do have more than that, but they're about more advanced topics. For example, the other one that I have is how to fix and flip houses. So Get Started Fix and Flip is how to find a contractor, how to find the deal, how to negotiate the deal, how to line up lending, all of that sort of stuff. But you can take that at a later date. For your main live stream, I would take these 3 courses. They're probably about 4 hours long total. And those are also found on our website, www.hmhw.group, if you haven't joined that. Cole has a question, and that is a very good question. Remember, I think Cole is like 14 or 15, so this is an important question to answer. Somebody says, why do we hate Israel when it was Palestine that started the attacks? This is such a good question. Chat, our live stream is over. I think I can answer this question now. What a great question. Cole is 16. Yes, very good question. Okay, so in a leaked interview in about 2006, the leader of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, and TikTok is going to hate me talking about this, so my live stream might just disappear. But the leader of Israel said, we really want Hamas to attack. We desperately want Hamas to attack. And the reason he said that is because he knew that it would act as a justification for them to invade Palestine. The other thing that happened around that time is that Hamas was elected democratically to be the government in Palestine by the Palestinian people. They were fed up with their government, whatever it may be, so they elected Hamas. But in Palestine, you're only supposed to have 4-year terms, which is interesting. You're only supposed to have 4-year terms. Do you know how long Hamas has been occupying Palestine? 20 years. So they never left. After they were democratically elected in 2006, 2007, they didn't leave office. They stayed there. And now the country of Palestine is a dictatorship, and they're led by a terrorist organization called Hamas. And you can believe that the people of Palestine are not happy about that at all. Now, at the same time as this terrorist organization is occupying Palestine and kind of running that country for them, Israel has an open air prison on the Gaza Strip. And what do I mean by that? Well, they've set up these little areas within Palestine that the Palestinians are not allowed to go into. Imagine New York City. In Canada, within New York City, has settlements that the Americans are not allowed to go into. Wouldn't that be insane? And they're armed guards, and they throw trash at you. And this is your area. And you know what else is interesting? A very big part of this that I didn't mention. The current location of Israel was drawn on a map in 1948 by the United States and England. Yes, The historical Israel is not where Israel is today. It's not actually Israel. The United States and England drew that shit. They're like, oh, yeah, we're going to draw that shit right there. And you know what's even insane? The Palestinians had been there for 2,000 years. And meanwhile, these Americans, which is us, the problem people, we are the problem so much of the time. Sometimes we're the solution, but we're also the problem. We just draw that shit and create all of this conflict. Now, the United States is very excited about this because they have this ethnic justification to draw this region in the Middle East. And now that ethnic justification, which was the Holocaust and them needing a place not to be persecuted, which is very real at the same time. Very real reason to create that location, but very poor decision putting it on top of a people who have already been there. Well, they're able to use that ethnic justification to invade other countries. So now the United States and Israel are like this because the United States invading Iraq or invading Afghanistan looks really, really bad, like we're after their oil and we've gotten in trouble for that. However, Israel invading these other countries is like, oh, you know, conflict in the Middle East. But here's the thing. The people in Israel came from Europe. They're white. They look like you and I. So they're Europeans placed in this area, and they say, this is our God-given right. And the people here are like, dude, you're white. I'm brown because I'm from here, and you're white. You can literally see that you are not from here by your damn skin color. And they're like, no, this is not the case. This is not the case. And they're saying that the Bible says that this is their location. So they're setting up all of these settlements. And from the time of like 2000 and even before 2000, they're essentially taking land after land after land after land within Palestine. And Hamas gets fed up and they launch a brutal attack on Israel. And don't get me wrong, the attack on Israel was super, super bad, but it was also kind of like, all right, I get why you did that. These people have invaded your country. So yes, it was a super bad attack, but Benjamin Netanyahu is super excited by this attack. He's like, yes, finally, a justification. You know what he does? He levels all of Palestine. He completely crushes it. So here you have a country that was created by Americans. The actual region was created by Americans, and a group of white people within that country saying, this is our land, not your land. And then the actual native inhabitants are like, but wait a second, that's not true. We've been here for 2,000 years. Then they start putting settlements in here, and then their democratically elected dictatorship, because they've been there for 20 years, Hamas, attacks them. This group gets really excited and they level it. They completely level Palestine. And the big problem with that, and the reason that we hate Israel, is that the United Nations and virtually every country in the world has put together satellite imagery, which shows that they're purposely targeting hospitals. Isn't that insane? Targeting hospitals, targeting news vehicles, targeting schools, purposely targeting children, leaving bombs on the ground that are disguised as soccer balls. Absolute human right violations. And then all of along, Israel is just denying it. And then this interesting political thing comes up where all of a sudden you can't criticize a nation without criticizing a religious identity, which remember, separation of church and state is one of our biggest fundamental policies. So you think about it, and it makes sense at the surface level, but when you go deeper, you're like, wait a second, that's not true. So a lot of people in the United States are saying it's anti-Semitic to criticize Israel. But in reality, what's happening is we're not criticizing Jews. And honestly, I absolutely resent any anti-Semitic content that is put in the chat. It has nothing to do with Jews. This has nothing to do with Jews. This has everything to do with the country of Israel. You know, Harry Goldblatt, Harry Goldblatt, the nicest landlord in the world, good friend of mine, took over my fix and flip when it went wrong. He's Jewish, right? But is he somehow no, it's entirely separate. And Harry at the same time acknowledges the crimes of Israel. So you have to separate the two. And Zionism fits into the mix because Zionism is like Jewish manifest destiny. Manifest destiny is the justification we use to invade Native American lands and genocide their people. And now we're seeing another form of manifest destiny in Israel right now, where they're saying God tells us that we have the right to essentially melt your entire population. And yeah, the Bible does say that, but the Bible also says that you're not allowed to mix fabrics and that women are unclean during certain times of the month. Like, there's all kinds of crazy shit in the Bible. And to take that literally is just like, bro, this wasn't even written by God. This was written by people who claim to know God 300 years after Jesus existed. You know, it's like if Jesimar and I came together and we're like, let's write a book. And he's like, yeah, what kind of book? And I'm like, well, I didn't know this guy, but I think this guy may have felt this way. And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, he lived 300 years ago and I didn't know him and none of my friends knew him. We actually knew nothing about him, but let's just write this book together. And then if anybody else disagrees with our book, we'll kill him. That's literally how Christianity came about. I'm serious. None of these people, John, Paul, Joe, they didn't know Jesus. Jesus didn't write the Bible. So Jesus is a real person, but essentially these men, you have to separate your deity from it. But men wrote a book about a guy who they didn't even live during the same time as, and then they used that book as a justification to create atrocities. So it's not necessarily that God or Jesus is bad. That's not at all. Men are inherently greedy, capitalist, and we do bad things when left to our own. I mean, look at all the wealthy elites in the United States. What do people do? You know, but people do bad things. So it's important to separate your deity from men and what men have done, and it's important to separate Israel from Jews and what. I mean, Jews haven't done anything. Israel has done a lot. The Jews are a persecuted group of people. It's a marginalized group. So I mean, it's a complicated issue, but if I were to sum it up in a single sentence, I would say Israel is using religious justification to commit ethnic cleansing. And we are mad at Israel because they are ethnically cleansing a group of people who don't have the ability to defend themselves. And the United States ties into this because they created Israel and they armed Israel. And every single president, whether left or right, arms Israel. And the cool thing that's happening right now, the only silver lining I can take away from this is it started to create class consciousness. And the class consciousness has started to erode the line between left and right. And we can see people starting to come together and uniting against the common enemy, which is not minorities, which is not Jewish people, which is not brown people or black people or white people. It's the institutions that we've put in power that create all of these problems. Anyways, TED Talk over, guys. TED Talk over. But I honestly want to use my platform as much as I possibly can to spread awareness about this, because there is just so much misinformation about this. And, you know, I'm constantly learning more about it. And I think it's important to talk about. But I'm really happy that class consciousness is starting to happen. America didn't create Israel. Look it up. Yes, they did. In 1948, America created Israel. They didn't create the idea of Israel, but the modern location that we know today as Israel, these are Ashkenazi Jews. They are not Semites. It's important to know the difference. Ashkenazi Jews are like Harry. They hail from Europe. They're white people. Semites, and the actual word anti-Semite, anti-Semitic, are Palestinians. So Palestinians are Semitic. They're Semites. Whereas the current Ashkenazi Jews from Poland that occupy Israel, they're not Semitic. So you know, there's so much misinformation surrounding around this, but the big takeaway is don't direct your anger at Jewish people. It's wrongly placed to be mad there. Let's spin the wheel. And you know, we don't really have too many people who are like, that's not true, that didn't happen, which is a good thing. Oh my God, just shy of the AirPods. What did it land on? It landed on the fake pearl necklace. Do you want to cosplay your least favorite real estate influencer? Yes, you do. We're shipping you a replica pearl necklace. You wanted the banana bread. Well, I got to give that away to my friends so that I can convince them to do nice things for me, like use their truck to go pick up my boat out of the water. Richard, open a bakery? I'm not that good. Read United Nations Resolution 181. I don't know what that is. You'd have to tell me. Philippines is a good spot to buy pearls. I did buy some pearls in the Philippines. They're dummy cheap over there. What can we get? What is available here? Damn, you can get real ones. Oh my God, it doesn't even have to be fake. We can get you a real natural pearls. Oh my goodness, we can actually get you a pearl necklace. However, this one has a heart on it. It's not very unisex. Real freshwater pearl necklace. Wow, Amazon stepping up the game. We got to find a nice little balance here because some of these are super expensive. Freshwater pearl necklace with bracelet. Oh, you're getting real pearls. All right, you're getting real. They're real. They're real. Amazon says they're real. Will we have another chance to ask our question? Only every single day, Lisa. I go live every single day. So we'll ask a trivia question. All right, women, lock in. Real pearls. For our women, it's not a controversial decision. You may get bullied, but never in public. These people are too scared to speak up in public, only online. Ooh. I like this one. We have an art question. So we have an art question. Unless I can find something better. I like this one. Okay, ready? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Who became famous for painting New Mexico landscapes in her Model A Ford? In her Model A Ford. Also known for painting flowers. It looked like something else that I'm not allowed to mention here. Somebody's going to cheat the answer. Somebody's going to cheat the answer. We got to ask a new one. Nobody knew the question. It's Georgia O'Keeffe. New question. If the question's too complex, somebody will just look it up and they'll cheat it. Ooh, I like this one. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Which U.S. state has the least rainfall? Hawaii. No, Hawaii rains hella. Arizona. I like that. Arizona's a good answer. The answer is Nevada. Nevada has the least rainfall. And the person who said that first is Juneau. Now, we will also offer you a separate alternative prize because I get that this prize is kind of controversial and maybe Dad will make you feel bad about it. And the separate prize is going to be $20 Venmo. So we can either send you a real strand of pearls or we can give you $20 Venmo. Juno, what's it going to be, dog?
I don't know what I'm going to do with the pearls, but
give them to a special lady or cosplay Richard Taylor.
Or can I get a one-on-one with you instead?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll do that. Sure. I'm going to send you my cell phone number. Shoot me a text, and I'll add you to my contacts. Give me a couple days notice when you want to, though, because I have other people who book me for one-on-ones via the link in my bio.
Okay. Okay. I appreciate that, Richard. Thank you.
TikTok says, discussing complex political topics while playing a trivia game. Well, shoot me your text while we're still on here.
Oh, yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, by the way, guys, I have been hesitant to tell you about this, but you know the free house stuff? You know how we get houses just over and over and over and over again for $0 down? You just see me. It's like my most common type of deal, right? My $0 down houses. Okay, well, I was doing my podcast with my podcast hosts, and they invited me to join a community about $0 down houses called the American Dream Project. And they invited me to join it and go live in there once a week and show people how to get their primary residence for $0 down. And ultimately make some calls for people too on the live stream. But I didn't start it, but I joined it, and I joined a second community. The hosts are Zach Ginn, Max Deer, and myself. And it is not about wholesaling. It is not about real estate investing. It's about no longer renting and purchasing properties with trust acquisition agreements and subject to for $0 down. I'm only going to talk about this one time. This is the link. Let me click on that really quick. Let me just make sure that's, yeah, Dubem, we can bring you up tomorrow. Yeah, school.com/American Dream. But yeah, it dropped today. It dropped today. No, no, Juan, it is a financial thing for sure. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about it much more in here. That's probably the last time you'll ever hear me mention it. But that did drop, and Juno. I just called you the name of my employee. I have an employee named Jumong, but
Oh, yeah, no, I just shot you a text. My name is actually John.
okay. I just added you to my contacts as Juno 1-on-1. Just text me when you want to do that. It's 30 minutes, and yeah, we'll hop on a call together, man.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Talk soon. Guys, I'm heading out, but Jesmar, who has closed large amounts of deals, is going to answer some of your questions about really whatever you want to talk about. And I'm heading out. I'm going to go gift my banana bread to people so that I don't eat it. So yeah, bye-bye.